games.
Wrestling fans around the world, welcome to a special Sunday Night Live edition of Wrestling Insiders. I am Dan Marty, not on your camera shot right now, along with former ECW, World Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champion, Aldo Montoya in the World Wrestling Federation. He has seen and done so much from a very young age to the present day. A man I'm happy to be part of the Boston Wrestling MWF extended family. I'm talking about for the very first time, Justin Credible. Justin, a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much for having me, man.
We are going to be doing a cyber autograph signing for the next half an hour or so, unless you guys go really wild and keep buying and purchasing, because that helps us keep the lights on.
Absolutely.
Our goal, as always, as we state, I don't want to get Marty mad. I don't know if I invited Marty to join us in the room. Is to keep Wrestling Legends working. Very simple, very simple. We produced some great talk shows tonight for the Wrestling Insiders Extreme Series that you guys are going to see this fall. We had a blast. The conversation was so quick. We literally flew through the episodes. I can't wait for you guys to see.
They were awesome. They were really good.
We're trying to say, for the 20th anniversary in the new fall season, out with the old, in with the new. The old is up in Auburn, Maine, where he's going to stay. The new is right here in this studio. We're going to kick off the series after NXT every Tuesday night at 10. First, we're going to have the 6 episodes we produced with the late New Jack. And then Justin Credible joins the fold. And I mean, just some amazing stories. There's so many things I wanted to talk to you about your WWF runs from, but we're trying to...
We'll get there.
Trying to stay
a lot of
with
good
the
stuff,
theme.
though, in what we've done. A lot of good content.
I look at it like this. Right now, let's get through the ECW days, which at this point is probably going to take about 10 sessions. And then we'll move on to the WWF days.
That sounds great.
And it'll be great for you guys because you're getting great
and a lot of
wrestling
stuff
talk.
that's not really out there, stories that, interesting stuff, information as well. Like I told you, that Vince McMahon story up in Lowell.
Yeah. The Lowell Memorial Auditorium. I think especially local fans will really get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
And again, I love the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. If we had the quote unquote fan base that we knew we could consistently draw that big of a number, that's like my dream building.
I know. It's a great building for television.
Building.
It's just set up there on the stage. Beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful.
I mean, other than Madison Square Garden, I honestly have to say that's probably the best place I've ever seen a wrestling show.
There is a great little building up near Worcester that we used to run, ECW. Was that the Palladium? There's another one.
Where they had the rock concerts?
Okay.
They did do the college a couple of times. Yeah, I remember that.
There's this one.
I think he's probably talking about Webster.
I love that place.
You want to hear a funny ECW story?
Okay. Okay.
You know what your fucking boss did to me there?
What did he do?
You remember Paul Richard?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Great guy.
I love Paul. Yeah.
I guess it was a bad draw, so they only wanted people on the floor for the TV shot.
Yeah.
So they put me, and there were maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 of us from the indies up in the higher lows.
Right.
And Paulie came out to do whatever he was doing. He was screaming into a headset.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who was in the ring, but he got pissed. And he took the battery out of the headset and fucking hummed it at the ring. So the police came up and he pointed at me.
Oh my God.
And the police started questioning me. Did you throw that battery at the ring? I'm like, look,
Paul was probably trying to start some heat so he can get something going on there.
I didn't bring a battery in. I didn't throw a battery. I said, if you looked at the key, I didn't want to be thrown out because I was with a group of people.
Right.
And it was, I think, a January or a February taping, so it was cold. I didn't want to have to be standing outside until the show is over. But so he jobbed me out to the Webster Mass Police.
My God. That was a good building, though, the town.
Oh, my God. Beautiful building.
Yeah, I remember for an indie, I worked John Walters there.
Oh, you talk about a guy.
Where I pinned John Walters for, I don't know whose title it was, but Ric Flair counted the 1, 2, 3. Flair was like the guest referee.
Wow.
And I won. I don't know what the belt was. It was something along the lines of New England, but I don't know.
You've done so many, but it was really beautiful building.
Really, great building.
Not quite Lowell Memorial Auditorium, but it's a great.
A lot of Massachusetts have those great wrestling buildings. You know what I mean, with the upper tier and the lower tier, really cool. Yeah, really cool places.
He dated? He did. Yes, he did. She looked like John Candy's wife in The Great Outdoors. No. That was she was with. You know what's funny? If you Google Carol Cena, Tony's wife, her picture comes up a lot of the time. What are you crazy saying?
We got something about gay porn being up my alley. Hey.
Now, is this something I didn't know about when you were younger?
Who's to say it's not? There's nothing wrong with being gay. You know. Hey.
All right, what do you great folks have to say tonight? The autograph photos, I should say, are on sale now on BostonWrestling.com. If you click that blue bar at the top of the screen, much like my blue shirt, it'll take you right to the link on BostonWrestling.com. In addition to the photos that we have listed on the website, Justin brought his own selection of some really cool ones. I don't know if we want to go the QVC route.
Well, I will go the QVC route.
You got a little JTG in you.
Well, just
all right,
go.
Lou, get ready, brother. That's a really nice one. The Spirit of 76.
Which one are we using here?
As Phil called it.
Which that's the one.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's a really nice one. We'll call that Spirit of 76 if you're interested.
We got this ECW title there.
That's a really nice one. And I mean, you were in what fucking great shape you were in that picture.
I was in really good
nothing
shape,
against nothing your other times.
There you go. That one right there. That's from a WWE promo shot.
Down a little bit, brother. There you go.
There you go.
That's a really nice one.
And a little old school. We got some Aldo.
Hey, Jim, how are you tonight? How you doing, RKO?
Yeah. So there you go. Oh, I got one last one. I only got one of these left right here with the
one. Well, if you want that one, folks, are you a heavyweight or a tag team champion?
That is with the heavyweight title.
ECW heavyweight champion on the ropes.
Yep.
Matthew Holland. I was joking what I said about New Jack. I missed the comment. If it was inappropriate, I'm glad I missed it, but I appreciate you clarifying. New Jack, like I said, I thought he had such great potential with us. We had so much fun. Howard Miller is in the YouTube. Are you in the PayPal, Howard? Yep. Oh, okay. Any orders as of yet? No. All right. Well, he'll be here. Now, Justin, we have to ask you about a very special friend.
Sure.
That comes up on the show, especially with Marty often.
Okay.
Probably best known as Annie the Ass Eater at the Hilton in Boston. Were you? No, that was her sister Gina that looked like Big Bird. She worked at the Howard Johnsons.
Yeah, I know her.
You knew Annie?
Yeah, she was.
She had a very special skill.
Yeah, Scott Hall used to drive around.
Really? Yeah. Really? The bad guy?
Yeah. I mean, we're going back, some time now, but like the mid '90s, '94.
Well, I don't know what the fans imagine, but to me, I always try and explain it as she looked kind of like Adrian Adonis before he dyed his hair blonde back in the mid '80s. East-West connection, Adrian Adonis.
What if she's listening right now?
Do you want to know the funniest thing?
What?
She goes to the same church as John Cena.
Oh,
I don't think she's ever propositioned him in that way. Hopefully not at the church.
This is going downhill real fast. I'll tell you.
Walking tall. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. Was Justin interviewed for the Dark Side of the Ring Plane Ride from Hell episode?
I was, yes.
Oh, really?
I was. It should be out. So it's out this season. I know that.
And I think it debuts just a couple weeks.
Yeah, I shot it this past spring. So yep.
They need an Annie on those flights. Everybody would have behaved.
Yeah, all right. That's fine.
Slick Rick, how are you doing tonight, buddy? Good to see you as always. Razor got the Annie's edge. I like that, Annie. Poor Annie. I tell you, she's found a second life on this show. With Tony, the conversation always seemed to turn into, I'm sure you know of Lanny Poffo's special skill.
Yeah.
We would discuss that. And on Marty's show, because of his history with Annie, she has become a regular.
That's unbelievable.
And she's a nice lady.
Oh, she's a very nice lady.
And her sister, too. I mean, they'd always get the boys deals on rooms.
Yep. Very nice.
But then for her, it was every time WWF was in town, it was almost like Halloween. She'd go trick-or-treating door to door.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
And say, how you doing, baby? All right, wrestling fans. Oh, Howard Miller throwing the message, and thank you, Howard. Again, we have a beautiful selection of 8x10s available. We'll mail them directly to your home. The post office loves to see me coming with my manila envelopes after we do the cyber signings. Don't forget, not only is Justin here tonight, but this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that crazy is going to be back all over again. And we're talking about Marty Jannetty, the man that's been rocking since he came out of the womb. I think he was flirting with the nurses when he popped out. The stories you must have of that man.
Yeah, well, we'll keep him. We'll keep him under wraps.
The thing is with him though, he doesn't keep anything under wraps.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Just ask the wall.
Marty. Yeah.
Don the Barber, how are you, buddy? My good friend. We haven't seen you too much lately. I hope you're doing good. Does Justin work for Paul Romer's promotion?
I do not. No,
you do not. Lawson, what's this? Hey Dan, get Annie in studio. And is Justin Aldo Montoya? Well, you know what? We don't want to talk about a little, Bruce Wayne and Batman, but were you Aldo Montoya?
Oh, yeah, I was.
Really?
I was Aldo.
The secret has been revealed. Lawson, now you know. Don, where did you go on vacation, buddy? Stone Cold. Justin does not work. What?
Yeah, he's the one that made the some other comment, too. He doesn't like me very much.
What's wrong with Justin? He's a great guy. Again, folks, wait until you see these episodes that are coming your way. They were fantastic. Fantastic. I don't know what it is about these ECW programs we've tried to. Oh, you know what, Stone Cold? Come on, brother. Enough. Thank you, whoever did that. Howard, thank you, buddy. Matthew Holland. I like the hardcore title and I like the 24/7 title. See, I didn't like either of them.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
I thought the hardcore title was kind of interesting at first.
Yeah.
When they kind of treated it like when they'd have matches.
Something, yeah.
But once, they're running around amusement parks and, the title can change hands anyway. To me, that was nonsense.
Right.
Matt, you are correct. Justin is a stand-up guy.
Thank you.
Chris, hey, Mr. Credible from Brantford, Ontario, Canada. I know Chris is kind of a new fan to program, so we're glad you're here. I bet a Justin Credible 8x10 photo would look tremendous on your wall. Oh, I missed J12's message. Gregor, how are you, brother? Fist bump to you. Lawson says Justine Credible is a good worker. Well, maybe did you have a sister in the business?
Not that I'm aware of.
I tell you, at his peak, what a talent in ECW. He never got that push in WWE, but man, excellent. Does Heyman owe you any money from ECW days?
Nope.
We talked about that. No? He did well by Justin. Wasn't Justin in the ring with Razor in New Bedford when they made that ESPN documentary?
Yeah.
Were you there for that when he had that really, really, really bad night?
Yeah.
That was a tough spot.
Yeah, it was a bad night.
That was a bad night for Razor. But, I look at it where we produce and promote shows and so on and so forth. Will you pay all that money?
Yeah.
What the heck do you do? What's the right call?
There was no right call. That was just,
you might be right.
There was no. He wanted to go out there.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was just a bad all the way around. There's so many people there wanting to see him too.
How's he doing? Have you talked to him recently? How's he doing?
I don't talk to him really much anymore.
No. Or what you
had a bit of a falling out.
You were kind of a clique associate almost. Any of those guys that you?
I talk to everybody.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, except I don't really talk to Scott.
Yeah. I've heard he can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he forgets I'm not 19 anymore. I still work for Vince Russo, yes.
Yeah, Rick. Justin was telling us you do a podcast. Did you say it drops every Friday?
Yeah, for Vince Russo.
For Vince Russo. So that must be some very interesting content. This is a guy I'd love to have in the studio.
Yeah,
imagine the content from the Attitude Era and WCW and TNA.
Yeah, he's great. Russo's awesome.
Lawson asks, Justin is still in good shape. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't want to take a swing from him.
Got to lose some weight around the belly.
I've got to lose it in a lot of places, but that's a. The stomach is just the beginning for me.
Yeah, all right.
Chris Francis, were you at Triple H and Stephanie's wedding?
I was not.
You were not.
Nope.
Russo seems honest too.
Yeah, he's very honest. He's a great dude. Working for him's awesome. I
Now,
didn't
how
know.
did you
I
get-
didn't know anything about Vince Russo. I mean, I knew him from prior in the WWF before he was a writer for
When
television.
he did the magazine stuff?
Right, and just you hear all these horror stories that he's, but to me, he's been amazing guy, honest guy, great guy. I love working for
A
him.
lot can be said for the quote unquote creative that he's come up with at certain points over
Sure,
the years.
yeah,
but anything,
absolutely.
Anything I've ever seen of him speaking,
Yeah,
he seems like a genuine.
but as a
nice human
person,
being.
he's
Yeah.
a top notch guy, honest guy. Real
And
good
he's
dude.
out now. What's he in Colorado?
He's in Colorado now, yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for him. Did Justin ever meet Paul Orndorf?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so glad we were able to get Paul in studio before he passed away.
Yeah,
We had some nice interviews with him about 10 years or so back.
I don't know why Cornette hates Russo, but
He
Hey,
does. I mean, it's a deep hatred.
yeah, I mean, whatever, it's all good.
Dan, I'm still waiting on your sace so I can send you my autograph. DM me when you can. Oh, Justin, I'm sorry. I'm still waiting on your say so I can send you my autograph. Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
I have no idea.
Wicker Man, if you want to make more sense of that, shoot us an email, bw@bostonwrestling.com. I think Justin's going to be back with us much sooner than later. And if there's something I don't understand or we don't understand, Don the Barber, no, he was not. That was in November of 96. Thanksgiving weekend, when mass transit got carved like a turkey. Dear Lord. Were you there that night, Phil?
No, thank you. Oh,
I've never seen anything like it.
yeah. Fine.
Thoughts on CM Punk and AEW? I'm going to guess that's directed towards you, sir.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's awesome. Really good for the business.
Hey, Dan, bring huge erection into the studio. I'm going to guess you're talking about Bill DeMott. Bill, I like Bill DeMott an awful lot. He worked with Tony Rumble when I was first breaking in. I actually was in a car ride to a gentleman's club with him and Johnny Grunge and a guy named Bull Montana. Matthew, well, you know what? I guess it's proud. They will look great on your man cave. You can see the ones on the set in between the two of us. We're very separated. We're socially distancing.
Yeah.
We have the X Factor one when you were with Albert and X-Pac in 2001. We've got you putting CM Punk in some kind of a submission hold. We've got you standing on the ropes. Then
Yes.
we've got you getting ready to lay a big right hand into the head of Sabu. Plus, you brought some tremendous ECW ones of your
Yeah.
own. Rick B, I'm noticing the buffering myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's still running.
It's still, oh, yours seems clear though.
Yeah.
Is yours buffering?
No, it was, but I hit refresh.
Everybody hit refresh.
My favorite booker to work with, probably Paul. Ooh,
Cool.
yeah, definitely. I don't keep in touch with Albert. Pac sometimes. Talk to Pac once in a while.
Matt Samico, is that
Picture of me with the world title still available? Yes, it is.
Which one though? He's got two. Well, three actually. He's got those two, and he's got only one available of that one.
This one.
If you're interested, let us know. We'll give you the PayPal info. He'll sign it for you right on the spot. Give you a nice shout out. You can take a screenshot of it, him holding the picture up.
Yep.
Giving you a hey, brother.
Danny, favorite match? Probably me and Jerry Lynn, Heat Wave, I would think, right off the top.
The one on his left, which would have been
This one right here.
that one right there, Matt. Let us know. Greg, Captain Lou and Charlie are going to be joining us for the Saturday night's main event watch along in just a little while. We want to finish up the autograph signing before the private jet lands on the top of the studio. Howard, could you give Matt
Thanks,
Samaco
Larson.
the information so we can sign that picture? I'm going to hit refresh on our
Okay.
computer real quick, just so,
That's the PayPal link you gave me, correct?
yes,
So I can just repost that.
you can repost that, my friend. We still have yet to get this cyber greetings and oh, look at that. My poor bad back. Wait for him to send the payment in. You're so giddy to sign.
That's all right.
And
Hey,
I tell you this,
there
you
you go,
want to talk
Matt.
about a good guy. I don't know if you want, I know some people are always different about public praise, but you were nice enough to say for the photos that we had printed, you'd sign them for the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks on August 29th.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
And
Absolutely.
I know maybe we're sharing a story a little early, but on one of the
Thanks, Matt.
episodes, you talk about how your dad kind of became friendly with him,
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
thought was a really nice
yeah,
story.
Yeah, he was really good to my dad. My dad liked him a lot.
I miss that man every day.
Yeah, he's a very good man. God bless him.
It took me years to get to his actual grave. The weekend of WrestleMania
Oh, really?
34 to pay my respects.
Yeah.
The weekend of WrestleMania 34, that was the one in New Orleans. And I said, how much closer to Mobile, Alabama am I?
Yeah.
It's not easy to get to, you know?
No, it's not.
So the day, I
No,
didn't
it's
realize it was quite that long. It was about 2.5 hours each way. But-
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then when we got there, I had no idea where the headstone was.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
we had to find someone
They
that
did.
worked at the funeral home. Oh, not the
Oh,
funeral home,
wow.
at the
Yeah.
cemetery. And they were great. They brought us right to it. And
Yeah.
I finally get to say goodbye to my friend.
Yeah.
I just, the things we could have done if he was still around.
Matt, I guess it's up in, I don't know, the PayPal is up right on screen, right above there, I believe.
Is there a way you can
Matt's
Give
looking for the
that to Matt,
PayPal
Howard?
there.
You know what? I can tag him with the message I usually
try, do that PayPal.me one?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
now just at him.
Matt, my good friend, longtime close personal friend, who was actually the stunt double of Howard Stern in the movie Private Parts, is going to be putting the link up momentarily.
Rocking the Chucks,
PayPal.me,
yeah.
/ Boston Wrestling MWF.
There we go.
Thank you, Howard. Dan, New Orleans just got pounded by
I don't know if
hurricane.
I think they do virtual signings all the time, Scotty.
Yeah, when's the next virtual signing, Dan?
I know we're going to have Justin back sometime soon. I don't know if he's got anything else coming up. I know he was.
I
doing
think
a
for
lot
you
in
though.
Connecticut
I
a
think
while.
for you. I think they were asking for your
Oh,
guys.
well, Justin's going to be coming back. We got to check his schedule and we got to see how it jives with the studio schedule. But definitely going to have him back long before our Back to the 80s reunion. Saturday night, November the 13th, Memorial Hall, downtown Melrose, Massachusetts. I'm going to give you a teaser. Can you double check
Thank
and
you,
see
Matt.
what he paid? Thank you, Matt. We really do appreciate it. It's a big help. I will send that out to you myself. Early in the week, I'll say. I don't want to make a false promise. But what the heck was I saying? My brain. Oh, during the Saturday night main event watch along, folks, we are going to announce the 6th featured superstar for Back to the 80s WrestleFest, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose.
I don't know,
Joining
Scott. I
Hacksaw
don't
Jim
remember
Duggan,
what
Jake the
happened
Snake
there.
Roberts, Saxon Smash Demolition, and Marty Jannetty. And when we announce the 6th superstar, I've warned you guys, the ticket price goes up. It costs a fortune to bring in so many great legends for you guys to meet and greet with. You're going to have the time of your life. The VIPs get the private Q&A. We got the autograph and photo session, plus the hungry young athletes, the superstars of today, and that want to be doing in the dance tomorrow with WWE and AEW. Oh, is that the what the hell is this?
That's the person.
Oh, so I know where this. Okay.
Someone ordered. They actually ordered picture number 1. I don't know if that's him or not.
What's the last name?
Sumiko.
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. He ordered photo number 1.
Yeah, that's what he put it.
Matt, did you want to order both of those photos, or did you just want the one?
I believe it was just the one, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, maybe he got excited. You never know. Dan, bring the MWF to Houston. Larson, you get me a soul show down in Houston, I'll be there. Walking tall, will John Cena Sr. be at Back to the 80s WrestleFest? Let me tell you, old Johnny Cash is looking for revenge from Cam Zagami. He wants a piece of his ass, and not in that way.
God, I can't
Heza,
believe I'm
thank you for
47.
being the birthday reinforcer there. Matt, I don't have the computer in front of me. Where are you from, buddy? We have about 5 minutes left, folks. If you want one of these beautiful 8x10 photos for your wrestling man cave, your wrestling collection, now is the time to get your order in. I don't know if everybody's watching The Walking Dead tonight or what. It's been kind of quiet. Is it? What is it? When is the? Oh no, it's still the preseason, right?
Yeah.
Don't they play on weeknights?
Outback Jack. A little bit before my time.
Well, you know what? Double screen it, baby. Have the Patriots on the HD TV and have a little live Wrestling Insiders Sunday Night Live on your computer, your phone, your tablet, your laptop. It's on at 9. Scott, the Patriots are on at 9?
No, The Walking Dead.
Oh, The Walking Dead. I'm sorry. That's me when I move. So,
I already saw it. It was good.
what do you have that the day before gimmick?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since
I got this
Negan took out-
kayfabe. I got this kayfabe
do
online
you?
thing. I get everything for
Really?
free. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Negan,
I'll actually text it to you.
since Negan offed Alpha, I've been out of the loop.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good angle. You could see
Oh
it
my
coming,
God.
but
Yeah, it's the last season, so it's gonna be good. I mean, I just want to see the finish.
this is the last season?
Yeah, this is it.
Isn't it supersized though? Aren't they
Yes,
doing like
this was supposed to be because of COVID.
And then isn't there like 3 movies afterwards?
They've got spin-offs coming. Aren't they doing one with Carol and Daryl?
I'm not sure.
I think they do. I remember they're doing someone's getting a spin-off series, and I think it's Carol and
I
Daryl.
texted
And
you
Carol's
something
oh, thank you.
that has everything.
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 Carol's one of my favorites. I like her an awful lot. That's funny that you mentioned Bobby Heenan, Rick. We actually, he came up in conversation as well.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, Bobby was
Great
awesome.
guy. Great guy. Oh, wait. Ferdinand wants me to shut up. All right.
Just let it talk to Justin.
Carol and Daryl are. Okay. I think that'll be good.
Broke me in the business, the Hart brothers in Calgary.
Pico, we'll save those for the regular series at 10 o'clock. It's too early. Again, folks, we got about 5 minutes.
Oh, Rick,
I do wrestle on the indies. I wrestled last night, as a matter of fact, in Ludlow, Mass.
I wonder if we'll see Justin Credible in a Boston Wrestling MWF ring at some point.
Sure.
I know we had discussed it right before COVID broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now that building that has our deposit doesn't exist.
Way to go, guys.
I tell you, we got great luck.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
big
yeah. Jake Paul's fighting tonight, isn't he? I got that for free, too, if anybody wants to feed.
Jeez, we got the right guy, brother.
Oh, yeah. I got all the feeds.
Can I be friends with Justin on Facebook? It depends. I don't know.
I really
close
don't
of
do Facebook that often, but you could drop a friend thing. I get berated enough in life. I try to stay away from Facebook.
Well, not on this show. We like to have high quality individuals.
Oh, people hate me.
Why?
I don't know. I got a lot of heat.
I know how that feels.
Get a lot of heat.
Justin is the first wrestler to win the Immortal Championship 24/7 championship. It was
Yep,
an
that's
awesome
right.
match. The Wicker Man
Give me the
wants-
feed, Justin.
The Wicker Man, did you buy an 8x10 yet?
Yeah, that's a good. I'll give you the feed.
You know, you get an 8x10 and a feed.
There you go.
We have about 4 minutes, 8:35. I think I hear it. I think I hear the helicopter wings to get you back to Connecticut on the roof.
Yeah.
All right, give me the feed. Wicker Man, let's see it, baby.
I was beating IRS. That was cool. It was certainly cool.
I like
Ed
Mike. He's a
Asner
good
passed
guy.
away today. Ed Asner.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Ed Asner.
Who is he?
Luke Grant.
Oh, yeah.
The most recent thing he did was like what? Up? The Pixar movie?
Did he do up?
I like Perry Saturn. He's
He was
awesome.
the old man, I think. He was the main character.
He was in the movie The
Thank you,
Wrestler.
Angie.
He was in the movie The Wrestler, Vern Gagne's movie in 1972.
Oh, I thought you meant the one with Mickey Rourke. I was going to say, I don't remember him in that.
He's a big AWA fan, too.
Was he?
Yep.
Matt, where are you from? I think I asked
Third
you once
generation
before,
guys
buddy.
are We're good. You know, they're just fine.
Gregor, if you want the code, brother, we got to see.
I
the
think
8
it's
by
like
10.
I think it's like watchwrestling dot
You-
watchwrestling.live or something like that.
something like that. Well, we'll give you the official code with the 8 by 10. Justin is a hell of a guy, well spoken. Rick, I can't put it over enough. The conversation we had, I felt like we were maybe here for an hour.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just flowed.
Thank you for saying that. I do try to, to be well spoken. Believe it or not, I don't think it's amazing that people are surprised when they find out I can actually carry on an intelligent conversation. But
I don't think. Were you ever considered a bad promo as Just Incredible?
no, I don't think so. I think people probably just remember yelling and screaming, and that's probably what they take home.
Yeah.
Do I still party? Not really. I mean, it
It's a
depends.
good
Get
thing
me on the
Marty
right
isn't
night,
here.
but not really. I'll say not really, but I'll never say never.
Pico has an interesting question there. Kane hates Isaac Yankem.
Thank you, Rick.
Do you hate Aldo Montoya?
No, not at all. Aldo really helped me really to become who I was. I got to work with a lot of amazing people, travel the world, and I learned a lot. It was a wonderful experience.
You can hit show on that, Howard. That's fine. Who had the most STDs in ECW?
Who's what? Oh, I don't know, man.
That wasn't something you went around and asked
Yeah,
on a nightly basis. The STD check.
I don't know, man.
Merritt Island, Florida. Huh. I don't know where that is. Is Bubba Ray a dink in real life?
No, I like Bubba.
Do
I mean,
you?
he could be a bit aggressive, but he was always cool with me. The idea was not mine for Aldo. They'd written it long before Vince and Pat found out I was Portuguese. As a matter of fact, I told the story not too long ago about how that all came about.
Well, when we get to the 90s,
Oh, yes.
WWF
Battlefront
generation,
Extreme says the table on fire. Crazy. Yeah, I was in the special guest referee for that one last night. They should worry about wrestling before they set shit on fire. Embarrassing.
Oh, there was a lot of fire on the
No,
show?
they did the fire spot with the table, but the guys in the ring, one of them's actually a good friend of mine. They both are, and I was like, they should worry about more about wrestling than doing that, because it's just got to get your basics in, man.
All right, fans, literally, we have about 1 minute. Does anyone want a Just Incredible 8 by 10?
Yeah, guys, sorry, not much here for you that you guys like, but some really cool stuff, man. These are actually really cool prints.
He's going to be back before we know it, though. That's a great thing. Justin tagged with Mike Awesome. Yep, they did some tags in 98, I think, when he first came in.
Yep, absolutely.
Having trouble figuring out how to buy and where the link is. Oh, Wicker Man, hold on. Howard's going to hook you right up.
I said he's having issues with your navigating your website.
Having trouble figuring out. I am in the grandson Williams.
Yeah, I'm going back to Connecticut tonight.
Is there a way to buy an autographed one?
On your website, there's a button that says add to cart that you go to.
Yeah, there's a button.
Will you be in East AEW soon? No.
That'd be still, you never know.
Nah. Not me.
Wicker Man, if you go to the website, you can look at the different photos, and then on the right-hand side of the page, I click on that, and it's hard to read the print on my grandson's phone. Wicker Man, do you know which photo you like? Which one do you want? We can send you a link another way.
Right, yeah.
You tell us how it'll give you the old paypal.me/Boston Wrestling MWF. And I'll mail it directly to your home with love. Is Justin going back to Connecticut tonight? I don't know if we can reveal that.
I think I already said it.
When you have your own private chopper,
Yeah.
you could go anywhere. Ricardo wants to know if you're
Do you
done
like Sid?
wrestling.
Yeah, I like Sid. I like Sid a lot. Sid's a good dude. What do you think they need to work on? I like AEW. I've watched every show they've pretty much put on so far. The young guys need to just work on selling and I don't know, man. They need to slow down a bit. I think they move too fast and they just don't sell for long enough periods. I think everything is a rush, but I like what they're doing for the most part. Thank you, Dennis.
All right, folks, we are running out of time. Oh, Marty talked about more than that, believe me. WrestleMania would be tough in Philly in April, but you never know. They've done it in New York. Unfortunately, we got to go. We got to get Marty on. I got Marty on the brain. He'll be with us for 3 big days. Justin's got to head back to Connecticut, but you guys don't go anywhere because we're going to have our Saturday night's main event watch along. For those of you that love the artist known as Captain Lou, he will be here. Charlie Wilson's going to be here. We're going to take a brief time out. I got to help Justin up to the helicopter. Captain Lou and Charlie, are you getting ready to come out and take our spots? This is like Nitro, and they used to switch the announcers at the beginning of the second hour.
Yes. I gotta
zoom in on that if you could, Howard.
Just let me know which one's
Justin, we got to figure out the next great day to have you come back.
Okay.
We literally have years to talk about. And I think you guys are really going to love it. The new Jack episodes we have are awesome. And the Justin ones, like I said, I cannot believe how the conversation flowed so quick. Captain Lou would come out and send me the signal, and I'm like, wait a minute, it can't be the end of the third segment. It felt like
it went.
All the way? Yeah. No, not all the way. Like a little bit less than all the way. Okay, very good. The 3/4. Yeah. All right.
September 19th, because I'm just going to be coming back from the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion in Las Vegas.
Oh, your mic's. I turned it right.
Turn it back on.
Okay.
I said when they leave the building.
Okay, I got you. Never mind. Okay.
But I don't know what we do without you, brother. You're a crew chief. You can sit at a table next to pizza.
Yeah.
Gregor, how are you, my buddy? Ryan got a laugh out of that, the hot mic. No, we continue. It's up to you guys. I asked, we did some polls. It was usually every time I did it, do you guys want an ECW theme show? It was usually 65 to 70%. We had some no's and we had some that were somewhere in the middle. So there you go. I think we're going to get a lot of fans when we start Wrestling Insiders Extreme Tuesday night at 10 after NXT. We will not have a white background with a variety of colors like the new NXT logo. I can promise you that. We are going to keep our black and gold as we've had it since 2001. As Charleston Heston would say, they have to take it from my cold, dead hands. I always liked that black and gold for whatever reason. And I'm not even really a hockey guy.
You were going to go there.
Well, you know what? If it was green and white, they might have thought we were Celtics guys. Who knows? Are there any ring rats in Melrose? You know what's funny, Rick? They had a meeting at Memorial Hall where we have our event this week over a legitimate rat problem in Melrose. The rats have been taking over parts of the cities. Now, I know ring rats used to take over certain venues, but in Melrose, there are legitimate rats running around that they can't take care of. It's interesting.
The rat lady made a big message in the community group for Melrose.
And what happened with that, Howard?
She did not like the video. I edited one bit. She put on the tinfoil hat and said I cut out information.
The rat woman feels like you jobbed her out.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Howard, maybe you did cut out.
I actually did. I cut out every 40-second pause and someone goes, "What's your question?"
I know someone almost died trying to get the notes for you to put in the slide section of the Rat Show, but that's a different story for a different time. But guys, we really enjoyed having you tonight.
Thank you, guys.
I'm really looking forward to having Justin with us on a regular basis. I really think there's a lot of potential in this ECW show, theme show, I should say. I don't want to get sued. We're not going to know the results until the program begins on September 7th, but anything with New Jack is crazy. And we have 6 great episodes with him. Justin and I think we did 4 tonight. We're going to be taping a lot more. Stone Cold, sign number 3 is an apology to me, and I will send you my autograph. We'll do that on the next one, Stone Cold. Captain Lou needs a ring rat. Well, he's hoping. He's hoping. You know, some people thought Captain Lou was a woman. They called him Pocahontas. They thought he was Native American. So poor Captain Lou. No, you know what? You know what? If someone called me a woman named Pocahontas, that is something I would respond to. Not say no comment. But that's just me. You're right. Ferdinand, you are welcome. You guys can help us again so much by purchasing 8x10s and the Super Chat. The Patreon subscription service is outstanding. You'll get early ad-free access to all of Justin's episodes coming your way. Charlie, you're very welcome too. We appreciate you guys coming in. We love you. We just, you know, the asshole fans we try and eliminate. If you notice tonight, for the very first time, you had to at least subscribe to the channel to leave a comment, which I think helps get rid of some of the goofs. One man's opinion. Danny thought that Captain Lou was transgender. Well, I know he's double jointed. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Done. Signed, sealed,
You're all
delivered.
set? All right, folks. I am going to be back in a minute. I need the crew for the second hour of Nitro to come out. Charlie Wilson and Captain Lou.
Are you muting the mics?
No, they can come out and they can take over.
No, I mean your mic.
Oh, mine, yeah.
Mine's out over here.
All right, great. Sweet.
Let's get this.
Is Dan's mic muted?
Yep.
Perfect.
Ryan, Maria, she jogged us out and she went with sunglasses at night. She killed it, baby. How many fans have I sang to on the show? You're right, Rick. Maria.
We're going.
get a little feisty.
Does it matter what chair we're in or no?
All right, let's
Where
go
we
with
sitting?
Justin.
Where are we sitting?
You guys are going to sit in the.
Oh, like together, next to each other?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, I
Hey,
can
man, I'm
sit
Charlie.
next
Nice to
him.
meet you.
We can get more
Charlie,
accountable.
Charlie sits here.
All right.
Captain Lou, you sit there. I'll sit in my pillow.
All right.
Bill can sit wherever he wants.
Hey, man, I'm Charlie. Nice to meet you.
Phil, nice to meet you, Charlie.
All right, fans. I'm sorry?
Charlie Wilson's War.
Oh, of course. It's a great war.
Charlie Wilson's way, wasn't it?
It was war.
Oh, war? Justin's taking a slice.
I gave Lou the rundown on the main event, on the Saturday night's event. I gave him a rundown.
All right, fans. Justin.
Bye.
My mic is still on.
Should we switch the cameras too?
What's the camera shot on?
Contact. I have one who's really
Oh.
good.
Sit.
And
All
he's
right.
a good friend of, actually, he's a friend of mine. He's actually a friend of Damien Sandow. What's his name? But they're actually buddies.
All right, Charlie Wilson and Captain Lou, you two are LIVE live,
Pleasure.
baby.
Really a pleasure.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Safe trip.
The helicopter, it's a high quality helicopter.
Absolutely. Drink your water, Justin. Drink your water.
Lou? Adam or Lou?
Adam.
Adam? I'm going to call you Adam because you want me to call you Adam.
Yep. Thank you.
Not
Thank
gonna
you.
call
Thank
you
you,
any,
Charlie.
I'm not going to call you any Goonies characters, as some people would do.
Charlie and I bonded in the control room. Very
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
right. I did. I gave you the lowdown of what we're going to watch. It's the
Yep.
most 80s thing in the world.
Yep.
Saturday night's main event. The first Saturday night's main event is really okay. He was in the vicinity.
He was.
All right.
All right.
Was Andre the Giant on that one? He loves Andre the Giant.
I'm a big Andre the Giant guy.
I'm not sure which main event it is, but he was on a few of them. He was
Yeah.
actually on a show called Main Event where he won the title in February of '88. So I'm not sure where this program.
Yeah.
the timeline.
I think he was on because if it's the first one and they wanted to be a big show, I think they would put him on.
I think Mr. T might have been. I'm not sure.
Because this was after Mania 1.
Okay.
I think this is a couple months after WrestleMania 1. So WrestleMania 1 came. That was their first WrestleMania.
That was March of '85.
Right, which was a big event for them because if that had gone south, it would have been done for them.
Okay.
They put all their eggs in that basket, and that basket gave them a lot of birds, and so they made this show, which we're about to watch, and that was like their, they were already in a roll, but this was like
More of a role.
yeah, it's just more momentum. So this is a really good show to watch.
And Dan was telling me that this was competing with SNL at the time too.
Might have been, yeah.
So-
It substituted for SNL once a month so that the cast could have a break.
Okay.
Oh, so it was on the same network as
It was on
SNL.
NBC at the
Mhm.
same time slot, and it just ran kind of off season when
Mhm.
SNL was working on new shows.
Yeah.
So it
Ah.
kind of filled in that gap, and it was
Yeah.
typically a once a month.
So,
production.
Ah,
but it's
interesting.
definitely like how we watched NXT Takeover.
Yes.
It's
last week.
nothing like NXT Takeover.
Okay.
It's
good.
very.
I don't remember much about NXT Takeover. I have to admit I didn't love it. Okay.
You didn't like it? I was. Did you watch NXT Takeover?
Didn't see it.
So I got here. I watched a few matches. I got here right at the end of
Yes.
Ilya and Walter, and Ilya just like was getting slapped around and then he choked out Walter, and that's all I saw.
Oh wow.
That's all I saw. But like, it's Ilya looks like a Bond villain, and Walter looks like another Bond villain to me.
You need to show me a picture because but this is when Dan left me alone and the fans.
Yeah, I came
were,
in when we were.
They were handing like piranhas.
Yeah.
They smelled blood in the water, and then Charlie saved me.
These
okay?
guys, there's a bunch of good people out there, but there's some infectious vibes that are not the good kind,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Negative Nellies.
Yeah, exactly. Phil's got it. But there's that, and then I saw Cole O'Reilly, which I think was it Kyle O'Reilly fell on two chairs, like they had two chairs, and he fell over like this part of the chair, the back,
Oh.
which was like, I'm like, that was not a good move.
Oh, no.
But like, we were just watching Just Incredible talk, and it's weird because like guys do spots now in matches, and nobody really remembers them. But in ECW, someone does something, even a flaming table. People remember a flaming table. But now it's like guys do all these big spots, and like nobody remembers it like a year later, or it's just sort of.
It's forgettable.
Yeah, and that's a shame because the guys I think get beat up more now.
So you're saying if guys got beat up more, it'd be more memorable? Is that
No, it's not even that. It's just like nobody cares enough. Yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, this is Dan Marati back here. I'm going to join my magic pillow, not to be confused with that guy that gets all the heat that was friends with Donald Trump. What's his name?
Lindell,
Mike Lindell. Yeah, it's not one of those pillows. Don't worry.
Oh.
We're not getting political
It
with the
is?
pillows here
I
on
love
Wrestling
his
Insiders.
enthusiasm for pillows. He had a lot of love for pillows.
All right, fans, what we are going to do now is, as we promised, now through, I think, what did we say, Captain Lou? It worked out to about mid-October.
Yes.
Every Sunday night, we are going to be live. We're going to have special guests. We're going to do retro watch-alongs. We're going to do live pay-per-view watch-alongs. Tonight, we're kind of calling this endeavor Sunday Night Live. We are going to go back to the very first Saturday night's main event, and we want you guys to watch along with us. The way to watch along with us, unless you have some kind of a bootleg code, is to go to the WWE Network on Peacock. I'm going to do it very slowly with you so we can go through the process together. I'm going to call it up now because I started it earlier. I'm going to miss your questions for a few moments, fans. So what you do is once you log into WWE Network, you search Saturday night's main event. Good, I'm going to actually search it with you again so I can do the process exactly as you see it. Okay, so I see The Office. I see Dr. Death. I see all these other shows I've never heard of.
Harry Potter.
Being the wrestling guy and
The
all.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Mm.
first
Was
one.
that the first one? Second
That's
one?
the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday
And I don't even like Harry Potter.
nights.
That's the one where the professor has the Voldemort in the back of his head.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right.
saw that. I'm like, oh my God.
Look
I
at
was
that. I even
scared.
spelled it.
I
I
was
was
too,
scared.
actually.
And that will bring up two different options for you folks. There's a red one that says Saturday night's main event. Then there's one that says the best of Saturday night's main event. I want you to click the red one, the one that says Saturday night's main event. What you should see Andre the Giant ready to toss the British Bulldogs. Once you are in this
Andre.
Saturday night's main event section, I want you to pick season 1, which should be the first option. And then the event we're going to watch is the first Saturday night's main event ever I think it was the day before Mother's Day, May 11th, 1985. It's labeled as S1E1 55 minutes. Hulk Hogan takes on Cowboy Bob Orton, a longtime friend, for the WWE title, cough, cough. And the Women's Championship is on the line. I guess they weren't worth naming, but and we're going to have a lot of fun. We got Captain Lou. We got Charlie Wilson. Where is, what's his name? His username? Christ Savior 888. What are you doing, Lou? What's that?
I'm just
Gang slogans?
gangs. What do you think? Because I'm like a young guy, I'm just throwing up gang slogans.
Well, I don't know. Some have said you're part of a gang. Some have said you're transgender. Some thought you were an Indian woman. I don't know.
No comment.
He's
All
all
right,
things to
wrestling
everyone.
fans, we are going to soon. I'm going to click the button for that first Saturday night's main event.
Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And all right, it is up on our screen. And
Oh, that
it's playing, baby.
Charlie was telling me how 80s this would be. This intro already screams
Yeah,
80s.
it's 1985. It's the most 80s this year.
That's true. You're right. Like right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
I can't find
But wait,
the...
89 is you don't think 89's more 80s because it's 9 years into the 80s. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. And then 1991 has got to be pretty 80s.
Right?
I guess, is it getting you loud? Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Turn
there's
up
the
the volume.
You were well. What do you think? What was more 80s? 85
Phil, you
or
can move
89?
your chair if you want to a different location, if you can view it better.
Sure. See,
I don't think the fans of today realize how big Cyndi Lauper and Mr. T were as Salvatore Bellomo walked by after he just did a job.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Now, this, fans, is a edit. The
Yeah.
original song for a Saturday night's main event was, I believe, Obsession, was it not?
You're that's
I
what you're
told you,
talking
yep,
about.
dude.
Yeah.
This song came about probably 88, so it is an official Saturday night's main event song, but it was not originally on this show.
Quiz question, Dan.
Oh,
For
yes.
the masses. Why don't we ask the masses a quiz question?
Yes.
What was the song that ended each Saturday night's main event?
I think
Know it?
Just Incredible and I actually mentioned that tonight, did we
I
not?
wasn't here for that, but I do know it. But
All right, fans, we got Howard on the computer, baby. Let us know what you think. What was the ending theme song to Saturday night's main event for at least the first few years?
Where did this take place from?
I think it was either Long Island or East Rutherford. It was one of the New York venues, no, but not MSG, obviously.
Right.
and the hint is it's kind of code for let's end the match.
Yes, which I thought was perfect
Yeah.
once I understood wrestling a little better,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, perfect.
Does Ventura have a stud in his chin?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Future governor.
He
Charlie knows his politics. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Captain Lou.
Yeah.
As
Yes.
the machine said, "Take me home" by Phil Collins.
You got it. Who was it?
As a machine.
Has a baby?
Right on.
You know, 2 thumbs up. You know what? Throw a few up. Everybody, even Phil's giving you one.
I didn't sign off.
There is the man I almost died with, the Iron Sheik. That always brings back fun memories of the explosion when we get hit by a drunk driver.
What a bond to have, too. Did you ever imagine that?
To-
You and the chick would be in the car together.
to
Did you ever imagine
think-
Wait, it was this guy you were with?
Yeah. To think that the Iron Sheik and Tony Atlas would headline Tony Rumble's first show, the first show I ever worked as a 13-year-old me,
Yeah.
and how those two people would impact my life in very different ways, in good ways at times, in bad ways at times, but
Strange how life works. And then you got the Heartthrob Express over here with Captain Lou on the side.
The haircut Captain Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking good back then.
1950s greaser look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
cleaned up for Barry Windham and company and Ricky Steamboat.
I had
That was
to.
awesome.
I was on live TV. I mean, come on.
I'll give you guys a little interesting history about me. In June of 1998, Captain Lou advised me not to become a pro wrestler, to work in other aspects of the business when he came in for the Boston Bad Boy Tony Rumble. What a great guy Captain Lou was.
Smart.
Well, I might not have been blown up, but
Is it true that he supposedly had a job for life and he called Vince a racial slur, and Vince was like, "You're out of here."
Captain Lou Albano?
Yes.
No, he left for Hollywood.
Okay.
He was hired and fired regularly, though, by
Okay.
Vince Sr.
Okay, that's
due
what
to
I
his
thought.
alcoholism.
Oh,
Very active in the MF smoking sclerosis campaign.
Oh.
Again,
Yes, he was.
very much, and he was,
But please, salute.
yeah, I'm standing.
Nikolai was quite the opera singer.
Freddie-
Why the Sheik has the belt?
Freddie Blassie looks like someone's condo association president. Like
Let the
Boca-
Sheik get his shit in. Come on. Oh, this is an edit. I don't know what song they were using.
I know, we know what song they used to come out.
That's right, baby.
Born in the USA. Well, they also did, yes, Real American.
You real American, yeah.
Yes, Dan, and also Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA for a time.
So I gotta ask, I wasn't around in the '80s, but how I've seen his matches. But
This
how
was
good-
even before my time, believe it or
Well,
not.
I bet it
I've
was.
seen him live a few times.
How good was Barry Windham in the ring? Because every time I watch him, he seems so smooth, it's like butter.
WWF never really utilized him anytime they had him between this run, even though he was a tag champion.
Mhm.
And then when he came back as Widowmaker,
Yeah.
Barry Windham in '89,
Yeah.
I thought he would have made a great opponent for Ultimate Warrior after Warrior won the title, but
Sure.
He looked good. He could wrestle.
Yeah.
He had it all. He could talk a little bit. He just didn't age well. It seemed like when he was 30, he looked one way, and 35, he looked blown up and blown out.
Second party.
do you want to hear a true fact? And if Marty's watching, he'll love this.
Okay. Danny's
Barry-
watching.
He was invited.
Okay.
Barry Windham was the first of Annie's friends.
oh,
no! Annie's tongue's virginity was lost somewhere deep in Barry Windham.
She was one of her, Annie the Analyzers.
Barry Windham in those black tights, they were on the floor at the Hilton while
You think he got
Annie
the
went
cowboy
to
boots
town.
on, too?
maybe
Yeah.
just the cowboy boots.
Speaking of boots, Sheik had some cool boots.
Didn't he?
I mean, they're just so different. Xavier Woods brought
And
them
he
back.
gave them away, almost all of them away for drug money.
And now the Sheik was just
Same. I actually have a pair of his tights autographed
That's
in
awesome.
one of our warehouses.
The camel? No.
I don't think it's a camel. No, I know they're orange, and he did sign them.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure there's some collector that would love those. What's going on in the chat, Howard? Anything interesting?
That's the machine is saying the story about how Shane McMahon and Lou Albano had confrontations backstage.
Shane McMahon?
Yeah, well, this is what he said.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Backstage a lot. Whenever he crossed paths with Albano, he would say things like, "Hey, fat man," or "What's new, fat man?"
Well, Shane would have been a wisecracking teenager at that point, I guess.
And then Albano grabbed Shane and told him that he's being disrespectful. If he called him fat man one more time, he'd slap him.
Never heard that.
And then he said, he called him fat man one more time, he slapped him across the face. And then Shane allegedly said, "Okay, no problem, fat man." And then Albano kept his promise and slapped him square across the face.
No, good. He should have respected the veterans.
Heard about his favorite one.
That's right.
This is a very common. Dan is still mad they didn't show Miss Elizabeth in a bikini.
I was disappointed. They promised on TV in the interviews a teeny weeny polka dot bikini. And she had on a grandma bathing suit at SummerSlam '88. I stand by that.
do you want to
But-
invite her on the show?
Miss Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Well, she's passed since 2003.
I knew
So
that.
unless we have a Gary Spivey come on, that might be a little challenging.
I was just testing you. I
All
knew
right.
that.
She would have been a great interview. Well, I don't know. Potentially the questions I could ask would have made for a good interview. Her responses, I can't say. Do you know how many of these guys I reached out to try and be with us for Back to the 80s
Even
Saturday
the
night?
referee as well. Yes, him
I
too.
didn't know, not the referee, no.
Well,
Yep, he's going to be enjoying a anniversary trip with his wife that weekend.
doesn't Mike Return to Hair look like Dollar Tree Brad Armstrong?
In some ways.
You know, he looks a little.
Oh yeah, Dan, this is the information for the one for that picture. That's all.
Oh, thank you. Can you stick that on the?
Right there?
There you go. You push it down. Yeah.
Yeah, comes
Push
strong.
it. Give it a little. There you go.
Ricky Steamboat in trunks. He
Yeah,
hadn't gone to tights yet, in trunks still.
long-haired Ricky.
And he was great too.
Gassed up Ricky.
Yeah, he looked, you know.
The Sheik loved the abdominal stretch.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
all part of the humbling,
and that's
yeah.
always how it ended.
All part of the humbling.
Look at George Steele actually taking a bump. Volkov's bump is even worse. George Steele was a lot of fun to work with. He was a fun guy. Oh, and he didn't age.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Oh, what do we got, baby?
I watched a match with George Steele.
Luke Skype Stalker. Please purchase $2 of studio lights, please.
You know what? We'll do that. We'll add that to the next time we buy a light bulb. Thank you very much.
He said $2.
Every dollar counts. $2
Of course.
means a lot.
We appreciate that.
Just ask Captain Lou.
Why does he want us to have studio lights? I'm confused by that. I think.
What's that now?
Why does he want us to have studio lights? I think the lights.
I think he was being sarcastic because I always say it takes a lot to keep these studio lights on, which it does.
Oh,
Well, that's
Yeah.
you know, if they were brighter, maybe we would. That missile dropped
Their
hit from
future's-
the dragon.
Maybe they keep the sunglasses on because their future's so bright. They got to wear the shades.
Well, I am happy to say I think the issues with sunglasses at night are a thing of the past.
I hope they are. I really do.
I had to be a little stern this week with a certain individual, and I think he sent the message to our friends in, well, whatever you want to call them in New York, that our names were not to be used any longer, or there would be, I don't know if I want to
Life
say
is too short for such.
consequences,
Life
but
is too short for shenanigans, and I
Well,
think that's a lesson.
there's always going to be shenanigans in this sport.
Also, we have a $5 donation to PayPal from Luke Clark.
Luke, you are tremendous, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. This has got to be at least the third time you've done that. You get 2 thumbs up from old Dan Marati. And Phil is even appreciating you tonight, brother. What a guy Phil is, one of our great Patreon fans. He fed the crew tonight.
Did you?
11
Wow.
pizzas he bought.
yep.
Jeez.
Thank you, Phil.
Saint Phil over here.
He got more pizzas than Annie had asses when the
Oh,
boys
my
were in
goodness.
town.
Now,
Um,
Phil, you were mentioning you saw some of these episodes when you were younger. Were you more of a WWF kid, or were you more into the NWA programming at the time than when TBS was on?
WWF was dominant in the market. I'm still a big fan. I mean,
Mhm.
nothing is better than Saturday Night's Main Event.
No.
But we had cable, and like Mr. Cena Sr. were amongst the first, I think, to get cable. And,
Mhm.
watched
Oh.
a lot of NWA
Oh.
too.
Right.
Ah.
TBS was so big,
Yeah.
you know. It's crazy the reach they had at that time.
You know, it sucked, and I've said it before on this show. We weren't able to get pay-per-view here in Melrose until Great American Bash 88.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had to wait quite a while.
That was the Luger Flair match.
Yeah,
they had
the
in.
blood.
Yeah.
Volkov, I don't know if this is on purpose with Volkov falling into the ropes or he's just clumsy.
This match had to be a rib because it's like the 3 greatest workers the company has against the 3 nuts greatest guys the company has.
Well, the Sheik and Volkov were very stiff.
You think George Steele was the softest one in the ring when it came to
Oh,
his,
well, on the heel side,
couldn't
absolutely.
crack an egg. Just
What do you think of some of these unique characters, Captain Lou?
mm,
Is Annie's favorite?
I'm surprised the Sheik didn't do more roll-ups.
He was probably the smoothest of the 3, and that's really not saying much, but
in his prime, he could, in his prime, Cheeky was pretty damn good in the 70s.
well,
Like
my
smash.
God, that guy is hairy. Whew. Goodness.
Do you like this more than NXT TakeOver?
Yes.
Okay.
So far,
All right.
yes.
All right.
we had to go back to 1985 to find an enjoyable event for Captain Lou. And look at this, Volkov and the Sheik turning on George Steele.
Terrible.
All he wanted was a turnbuckle.
A lot of meat in there for Annie.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know of Annie's interactions with any of these 3. I do know that Barry was the first.
Oh, God.
I don't want to get Greg Valentine jealous, but
We might see Greg Valentine on this show, actually. Is he
hey,
on
look
the
at this.
show?
We have Captain Lou in the ring, and we have Captain Lou on the set.
I haven't aged a bit.
Now, by this point, Freddie Blassie was near the end of his run. for WWF.
Lassie left, I believe, in the end of '86.
86, because he didn't do much in
Him
this,
and
in this
Albano
match.
left right around the same time.
He wasn't doing much in this match.
Well,
He
I was
just kinda
having a
stood there.
slice. He's hungry. Andy's got my cane. I don't trust him with it.
It was on the ground.
All right. Well, it was on the ground. Thank you.
I don't want to hear the line of "Where's my game?"
Oh, you missed that earlier.
Mm.
Well, and this was the union, I guess, of George and Captain Lou. A unique tandem.
The Sheik sporting the HGH got with the abs.
Yes.
I was just thinking that he's fat, but he still has abs.
That's the HGH got made. The bubble got the name popular now in Washington.
They had HGH then? I thought that was an early 90s thing.
No, these guys, Dr. George Zaharian hooked everybody up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here we go. We got a good question. What was the first VHS wrestling video you guys owned?
That I owned?
I'll go first.
I taped a lot of them, so I
Okay.
made them. I taped them.
See, I fall into the same category. The first one I ever bought.
Fred Blassie wearing spectacles. This is also a rare thing too.
The Doboka Vista president era of Fred Blassie.
President of the Auto.
Yeah. For me, it was WrestleMania 3.
You own the video?
I had it and I watched it. My great aunt, who passed away a couple years ago, and she's like, "Why do you watch this?" I said, "This is fantastic." I was 8 and I loved it. Yeah, it was great. You know?
What the hell was the first
And you look back
VHS
and
tape
some
I
of the
had?
matches weren't that great, but it was the spectacle, you know. And now the Silverdome is an abandoned wreck of a building.
That's what, yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
Awful. Well, what do you think it was? What it was, Dan? If you had to guess for a show,
What?
the first VHS tape you had. I know Phil said he taped a lot, and you did.
You
too.
know, I do remember there was something called, I think it was called Columbia House. They used to take out ads in all the magazines, like 8 CDs for a penny.
Yes.
They had a WWF series of videos, and I do remember getting that subscription in what were in the early 90s. Other than that, I think they're all ones that I recorded on blank VHS tapes. So if I was gonna put down a buck, I would say it's probably the Columbia House's Best of WrestleMania. I never went out and bought the $60 Coliseum videotapes as I was a youngin'. I would rent them and bootleg them,
Yeah.
but never buy them.
Right.
Well, just lost our friend Paul Orndorf. Had him in the studio, luckily, a few times. One time he was with Bob Orton. I don't know if you've seen that on the Patreon, Phil. That's a great interview. WrestleMania 1 roundtable with Orndorf, Orton, and Cheeky Baby. So it was an interesting 2.5 hours.
Who was the one who got the most pain out of that session? I wonder.
Paul Orndorf was in between the two of them, and some of the things the Sheik was coming out with, he was kind of shaking his head at. But Paul was a very intense guy, but a really good guy. Bob Orton, one of the easiest to work with. Oh,
And then the Cheek is Chic.
I don't know
well.
if you want to hear, but a bunch of people put down what they had for their VHS.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
let's
if
hear. Shout them out, Howard.
you- Okay, Ryan Hilden said his grandma bought him WrestleMania 1.
Ryan Hilden had WrestleMania 1.
Yes.
That would make sense, sure.
Ferdinand Ramos had WrestleMania 7.
Ferdinand waited quite a bit. His was WrestleMania 7.
What's up, Ferdinand?
Akime said the first and only one he has is Mania 25.
That's the only real, I don't even think that's a tape, but I'm going to guess a DVD. That's the only one you have, but it features what I consider to be the best match I've ever seen with Undertaker and HBK.
Is that the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
The second one was not as good.
And this guy, Ferdinand also said he would report pay-per-views on the black box, and he had Super Brawl 3.
Well, okay, yeah. So the first one you recorded was Super Brawl 3, which I think was Sting and Vader in the White Castle of Fear.
Oh God, that video. The White Castle.
There you go, Howard,
Did that the
brother.
little person running around for Vader at the beach? Was that at the beach?
That was the bash at the beach that summer when the
Oh.
midgets blew up the boat.
with Davy Boy in the wall.
This is a very intense showdown right here.
But look at Piper and Orndorff. Even Piper's not a small man, but Orndorff just kind of dwarfs him a little bit
Yeah.
with his size.
For fans that may not be familiar with this time frame, Piper and Orndorff were teammates just about 6 weeks before at WrestleMania 1. And they turned that night after Paul Orndorf took the pin.
And Orndorf was a good guy for about a year, I
And a
think, until he
half,
turned
yeah.
on
That was July of 86.
Yeah.
Look at Bob Orton keeping an eye on things.
He was a good bodyguard, I'll say.
You think for a bodyguard they would have gotten someone bigger than Bob Orton? Not that Bob.
Bob Orton's a big guy.
I know that, but he wasn't. Is he that much bigger than Piper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Bob Orton is much bigger than me, for example. And very underrated. I think if you go back and watch his work nowadays, it stands the test of time.
Solid. Love that shoulder breaker.
Mm.
Of course, Superflex he brought to us.
Well, his son's one of the best wrestlers of his generation, so it's kind of not. It's not that surprising, I don't think.
I
You
know.
know?
And here comes from the A-Team, Mr. T, one of the most popular shows on television. Mr. T's got some kind of a workout device. I'm not quite sure what you'd call it.
Yeah.
For the younger people out there, like Adam and myself, how big was Mr. T at this time?
Oh,
If you had to compare him to someone today,
household name.
One of the biggest stars on television.
Really?
Absolutely. 18, high ratings.
The A-Team, that's what he was on. I
Yeah.
forget about that. See, I know his name. See, I know him, Hulk
He also
Hogan. I
was
know
in
the.
Rocky 4.
Yeah, and he was in Rocky 4.
No, Rocky
three.
3.
Yeah.
He was in
Yeah,
Rocky
Rocky
3.
Yeah,
Bang.
yeah.
And he won some tough man contests too. So he's
Yeah.
legit in a boxing background.
It's a shame that he doesn't want to come out of the house to do personal appearances. I think there's a lot of fans that would love to meet him. He wants the money he wants, though, is
Yeah.
absurd, ridiculous.
Really? He doesn't make public appearances anymore?
Like, you know, Comic Cons and things like
Yeah.
that. He wants he wants so much money because he doesn't want to do them. Is basically it.
Mhm.
Oh.
And that's understandable. To a degree.
Yeah.
Well,
If you don't want to do it, might as well put a high price if you have to.
yeah,
Well, he had a good bout with cancer, I think, too.
Mr. T.
Yes, he
Oh, I
did.
didn't know that. Well, I hope
Yeah,
he's
well.
doing well.
And praise the Lord, he's battling well.
Jeez.
Well, Mr. T, 2 thumbs up for you, brother.
For Mr. T.
If he's watching this.
I have a feeling that is not the case, but
Might be.
You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
Hogan doing another great promo. I don't even know what he's saying right now, but you could just tell the way he looks and carries himself. It's always good.
it's always intense.
I've never seen a bad Hogan promo.
It's always focused. Huh? Mean Gene got hit by some gimmick.
Well,
by a
I should
fan.
take that back. In his prime, I never saw a bad Hogan promo. There might have been a couple.
Why was
later on.
Hogan such a hit? You know, like why was he so popular?
He has it. He has that look and that charisma and that appeal.
He believes what he's saying. He
Yeah.
believes who he is.
Hmm.
And Williams do too.
Oh, hold on. We just got a hot take.
Wait a minute.
I never bought Paul Orndorf as a face.
It's a little intense for a babyface.
I can understand that. Who sent that in?
That was hesitant.
As a machine, I can certainly understand that. Even when he was a face, he was just an angry, angry man. And he was a bipolar individual in real life. I don't think that helped.
And going back to what we said about carbs earlier, what Tony Atkins said, I think Paul deprived himself of those carbs.
Yeah, to look so good. And I don't think, yeah, that's a really good point. We should have mic'd you up, Phil, for Christ's sakes.
You know what number was Justin's mic? What number was it?
Either 4 or
Seven?
5.
4?
4 or 5.
Well, then we'll get number 4.
Well, you know, you're joining the team, Phil, even though,
I'm off camera. I signed.
oh, you want to stay over there. All
No,
right.
I don't mind.
Or do you want to join Captain
Yeah.
Lou?
Join the
No.
captain.
Captain Lou's very relaxed over there,
I am.
though. He's got his feet up on the tables. And
Yeah.
My son plays in television, so this is no
there you go. You got a little John Cena Sr. in you.
I'm sure Andy did too. Hey.
Oh, whoa.
Her plays were,
Lou, where'd you put the mic? Oh, it's on the table right there.
Yeah, I didn't. He put it away.
Yeah, of course. I was just double checking.
can you pass me the Red Bull, Charlie?
There you go, sir.
This is
Thank you.
5.
Thank you. There he is,
Okay,
folks, the
sorry.
Hulkster.
No, don't worry about it.
One of the biggest superstars in WWF history. I don't know where you rank him on your list of all-timers.
I think he's number 1 personally myself, but no, you don't have him number 1 up there in terms of the biggest stars.
Because I was with WWF and I know Austin's numbers so well,
Well, inflation.
Hogan didn't touch it, even with inflation.
Ah, But Hogan, they were doing 3 tons a night in the Hogan era.
Well, they still went.
Do you think more people know Austin or Hogan? If you,
I think Hogan's the biggest star as
Well-
far as that goes.
Okay, so star power versus drawing money, I guess, in the end. Because Hogan, because he's got the longevity over Austin.
If at their peak I could have any of them, it would be Austin. In WWF history, it's Austin, Rock, Hogan in that order as far as their financial value.
Well, I think Rock now with the money he's doing for the movies, but that's from movies. So that's a different conversation.
Howard is taking care of business, baby. Taking care of business.
Oh, look, sneak
Phil's
attack.
got his $3 chair that he's
Chance
Poor
goes
Phil.
the biz.
I got my nice old man pillow in my blue chair.
Phil, move a bit more to your left.
Could you put this up your shirt and then clip it to the top
Captain
of your
Lou's
shirt?
trying to mic him up, otherwise
Yeah.
known as Data from the Goonies.
No.
Or
The other, the wire,
Pocahontas.
the wire. Yeah, I got you. I'll hold this.
Bob
you're
Orton
good.
hasn't even taken the
The
chaps
wiring you
off,
up.
Charlie.
You're going
He's just
undercover.
comfortable in them.
You're capturing mobsters today.
Lady really get done in.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
do you think Adam
Yeah.
likes this more than NXT TakeOver? Dan, why do you think
You know, to be honest,
How's
I really
this?
thought Captain Lou was going to be a big
Good.
NXT fan. I was kind of surprised. I figured it would fit the demographic of Captain Lou
Mhm.
more, but
right.
I was wrong.
See, I think this just has more recognizable faces to me, so I just more relatable.
What makes Bob Orton's face to you
Well, I just
more
know
recognizable than Adam Cole's?
I
Out
know
of
Hulk
curiosity.
Hogan and
Baby.
Mr. T. I know.
Oh,
Hulk-
all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
you knew Mr. T.
Yeah, I've heard of Mr. T.
You heard of Mr. T.
Yeah, but it's like you mentioned Adam Cole. No offense, Adam. If you put Adam Cole in the ring right now, people would be like,
Could you
"Hey, get."
imagine what he'd
get
look
that
like
guy
in
out
the
of the
ring
ring.
right now? He's
How is
smaller than
this?
the referee.
They would tell him to go
I
back
know.
into the stands.
Who, Mr. T?
Yeah.
Mr. T wasn't even 5'10", I don't think.
But Mr. T was just jacked.
At least he looked like a man.
Speaking
Well, I
of,
mean, Adam Cole looks good.
No,
He's-
he doesn't look like. He looks like a young kid.
He
He looks like a kid going to college or something.
He looks like someone who works out. He's in shape.
There's no element of danger or violence with him, and that's my point of contention. Why I don't think he'd be.
an intimidation factor.
Yeah, I don't think he'd ever reach the status he's at now
I
on
agree.
Raw or SmackDown.
I don't think every wrestler needs to have that, but if you're going to be a top wrestler, you need to have that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
You know.
We need to draw attention to referee Jack Lotz, who normally is clean shaven, but is
And the
sporting
mustache,
a
yeah.
Mr. Pringles mustache.
He wanted to look good for the premiere of Saturday night's main
It's
event.
only, it
I
only good
totally
if you have
agree.
Mr. Pringle's energy going, though. Maybe by this point, it was a little old at this point.
Even look at the old steps.
Yeah, the old wooden step.
Almost looks like what we use.
No, Jay, last time we were here, we talked about
Yes.
female referees and how you weren't a fan of them in men's
Yeah.
matches. And I actually agree. I thought about it, and I actually think you're right. But does it hurt when you got an old referee that can barely move around, like a Bronco a little bit from world class? Who's
Love
stuck
this,
in
I
his
love
feet?
that. You know your stuff.
Yeah.
Good old Bronco.
Ref
Bronco.
bumps weren't as prevalent back then.
Right.
You know, and they did have a female referee. WWE
Rita
ignores
Marie.
her.
Rita
'cause,
Marie
yeah, Rita
Oh.
Marie, because she accused Vince of raping her, but
in the limo.
And I think the Vince's response was like, "Have you seen her?"
they don't mention old Rita Marie. And the same thing with Mike McGurk. You know, she did
Right.
commentary on prime time, and they ignore her in history.
Correctamundo.
Which is
And
strange 'cause she was there forever, like 10 years.
She had a long run.
Yeah.
and do you know too which wrestler she was married? Dan?
Yes, the Sheik's good
Favorite
friend.
guy.
we
Steve Bryan.
we hope Brian Blair and his family are doing better after
Amen. God,
recent
God
tragedy.
bless. Yeah. God bless them.
Was that his son?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened with his son? I
He
heard
was
he passed.
murdered.
Oh my God. I heard he passed, but I didn't know the circumstance. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, tragic.
the any sign of Christ Savior 888. You know, give me the old Marty phone over there for a second.
The iPhone 12, have you figured out how to use it now?
A little bit.
Also, everyone's excited for Phil. They love your shirt.
They
Oh.
love Phil's shirt. Well, he's extreme, baby.
It's older than half of our viewers, I think. This is from 96. I only wear it on special
Phil, I gotta ask,
occasions.
were you more of a fan of WWF back in the 80s and early 90s or ECW? I guess that's hard
Two
to
different
think.
eras. Both I appreciate both of them. The live experience at ECW is just incredible. It was just an incredible experience. Just beyond compare.
It was a little
really.
bit before my time. I did ask Bill Alfonso one time. He was on a radio show,
I've
and
met
I
Fonzie.
got to message in a question. I said, "Did ECW hurt the business?" And they read my name and said, "They said F no, it didn't hurt the business."
I saw that interview. I saw that question actually
Yeah,
somewhere.
What was it
Sunglasses
on?
at night.
I watch a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
sunglasses
watch
at night. I know. They had Mr. Alfonso. I won't make it tonight, folks. Please. Please.
Is
pray
it
for me.
possible to like several people who don't like each other? I don't know.
I think you
Is
can.
it?
That's called being Switzerland.
Yeah.
I stay
So I am-
neutral until I find out.
In college, I was called that a lot,
It's
Switzerland,
Switzerland.
because I was trying to
You
be
know,
neutral.
I gotta ask Lou this. Lou,
I'm
why would you
anti-sunglasses
text
at
me
night.
in the middle of a show that I have
They're
my
passionate
phone on
and funny.
silent
And they're good
and
at
say
heart.
that Justin's mic is messed up? Considering I'm reading it now,
Look,
nearly
your phone is
4
going-
hours later, I'm reading your text.
What? You're
Justin's mic is muffling.
To my credit, I came out, I realized that was a mistake, and I gave. the
All
warning,
right. Well, you know
okay?
what? You're right. You did do that.
Okay, thank you. But
Charlie,
yes.
can someone
Yeah.
can you send someone to open the door? Well, I did it.
He did.
How long were
He
you
did.
out there for?
Just a couple minutes.
Oh, good.
Oh,
He said to gentleman open the door for me.
Review the changes to your travel experience before you fly. Oh, that must be for Marty. I'll save that.
I'm hoping Marty makes that flight and comes back on that flight. in
I
one
have,
piece.
you know what? Now where he's in Florida, he doesn't have to take the shuttle anymore. It's a lot easier on him, which is a good thing.
What
Believe
part of
me.
Florida is he in now?
Near Jacksonville, yeah.
Oh, near AEW town.
Yeah.
You
I
should-
know. I'm wondering when he's going to make his appearance.
Yeah, well, you never know.
You never know. I'm going to call it. I think.
Listen,
I think
if
he's
CM
gonna.
Punk doesn't move the needle.
Marty
Jannetty-
would.
Yeah,
Marty would.
I think so.
Oh, wait a minute. Is
Oh,
he gonna
he's
set
going
the
for
Hulkster
it.
up for the Superplex?
He's going for it.
Oh.
And that characteristic right hand, soften him up.
Listen to how effective the commentators.
Look at
Look at
the
the people.
fans are
Must be a fight
standing.
going
Look at
on
the
in the
people.
stands. Yep.
Ferdinand asks, what's all your first wrestling event like? What's your first wrestling event?
August 9th, 1986 at the Boston Garden. Hulk Hogan and George Steele against Randy Savage and Adrian Adonis.
August 9th, what was the year? 1986?
1986.
Oh, wow.
5-year-old Dan Marati was scared but in love with what he watched.
Huh.
With those animals at the garden.
The old garden. So what was your first wrestling event that you saw?
Live.
Yes.
December 10th, 1981, Worcester Memorial Auditorium, grudge match between Pat Patterson and King Kong Mosca. Also on the card, Rick Martel versus Greg the Hammer Valentine.
I gotta say, Pat Patterson had the sweetest knee drop from the second rope I've ever seen.
It was sweet.
Textbook,
It
and he
was
could hit a
sweet.
ring post like no other,
God, it
too,
was
head
good.
first. And Patterson grabbed the house mic and was yelling at the fans to stop throwing the super balls in the ring, or he's going to come out and kick all of our asses. And that's what I remember.
Well, an angry Paul Orndorf, still angry.
Look at him.
Paul, calm down, brother.
He needs his carbs, man.
He told me, I need my sleep. Very intensely.
Oh,
Have you heard the fight between him and Mr. Atlas from back in the day?
Yes, yeah.
Who do you believe won that fight? Because there's two different stories, it seems.
You know what? Tony actually had me almost go up and look at his ear like that. And I have to say, I do not believe it was bitten off, chewed, and spit like bubble gum. There'd be some kind of a scar or there'd be something. There's nothing there.
I think Orndorf took his shoe off and threw it to the ground, and Tony ran after it, and then he just fell over. That's probably what happened.
Well, to Tony, and forget about our issues with Tony. In his background, he was a amateur wrestler, and
Yeah.
Paul was not. Paul was a football guy.
Look at Moolah with the dollar signs in her ears. and her
Moolah's got to
eyes.
be about 65.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't look a day past dead though. Here, I gotta say. Now, did she see the dollar signs from the girl she had, or was this from something else?
Yeah, she took that from Judy Martin and Velvet McIntyre earlier in the night.
yeah.
That was their trans money.
Oh my god! I heard of the compound she had in South Carolina, and it was like little people working on cars.
Oh, you saw the Jim Mitchell interview about
Oh
it.
my god! Yes, crazy. Talk about a carny, huh?
That's right. I
That
saw
was
that
Moolah.
too, Dan.
Little cabins, like it was that movie Dirty Dancing, and filled with women wrestlers and midgets.
Who was the champion at this juncture? Wendy?
Wendy Richter.
So this is
another
bef-
forgotten soul
Oh.
of WWE history.
And let me tell you, quite a pleasure for the eyes
Was
back in
there
the day.
also-
Back then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
She had a tremendous Cauliflower Alley Club speech where she kind of buried
Moolah?
Oh my goodness.
WWF.
Yeah. Well, they had the Spider Woman deal
Yeah,
there.
the
or
original
Moolah.
screw
they
job.
don't
Yeah.
talk about her or Leilani Kai. They never mention Leilani Kai at all.
Yeah.
And Leilani Kai was pretty big at that time
Yep.
too. So
Velvet McIntyre too was
that
was
match
a
at WrestleMania
champion.
1 was a big part of the event. I don't know
Is
if
that
you-
Cyndi Lauper?
It is.
I guess Cyndi Lauper for today's generation would be similar to like a Rihanna or a Beyonce, kinda. No. Well, no. I
Well,
would say
I
no.
think the point he's trying to make was she was probably the hottest singer in the planet. At
As
For
a
sure.
pop star, you
Yeah,
know.
but like both
Who
those-
would you compare her to, Howard? Since you know
Probably
music.
someone who's been relevant. How long was Cyndi Lauper relevant for? About 4 or 5 years.
It was before my time.
At her peak, though. At her peak, I'm just
At her
saying.
peak,
You know,
Beyonce's been relevant for a long time.
Who's the hottest singer in music right now?
A Doja Cat? Is that?
Who?
Doja Cat.
Doja
that's true.
Cat?
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat, yeah.
She's
What
hot.
the fuck is a Doja Cat?
She's got some catchy songs.
Kiss
I'm not
Me
gonna
More.
lie.
Kiss Me More is a banger.
There was a reason I got my phone and I forgot to text.
Here's
her.
another name, Dua Lipa.
Dua
She's
Lipa.
good. She's
Dua Lipa,
good.
That's
Dua
a-
Lipa's
yeah, Dua
Rihanna
Lipa.
and Beyonce are like beyond fame. They've been famous for 20
That's
years.
true.
And never stopped.
That-
Well, also
that's
by
true.
virtue of some of their other side projects and markets. I mean, Rihanna's now a billionaire, isn't she? With her
Fashion.
with that Fenty's, yeah. So it's kind of apples and oranges. I don't want to say that, but
Dan could tell you the card he saw in 1986, but he couldn't tell you one Doja Cat song. That's
I didn't, I
that's
didn't know what a Doja Cat was. It sounds like something I'd run from on Tony Atlas's porch.
I remember Top Cat, the cartoon.
Oh, this is going to be a.
You can't run farther.
This is going to be girls just want to have fun. They're dubbing over.
I can't music. Yeah, I can't believe that they changed all the music now.
You'd think they have a lot
They'd
of
have the rights
security,
to
but
this.
You'd think that they'd have more protection for Cindy where it's so tight.
Look at that. Is this a
Someone
New York
grabbed
crowd?
Moolah's breast on the way down.
Wow.
Maybe a lesbian. I don't know.
I can assure you it was inadvertent.
If you were out there and you touched, if you were out there and actually grabbed Francis Moore's breast, please leave.
Hey, there is someone for everyone, I guess. I don't know.
I reckon.
You just have to ask Mae Young, I guess. But
Cyndi Lauper. What is she doing in
God
the ring?
bless
Is she gonna
her.
wrestle?
No,
she was the manager for Wendy Richter, who was the women's champion.
Oh.
And look at this is referee Dick Kroll, who was at one time a wrestler briefly. He was a basketball player, an amateur wrestler
Was he a
in New York.
basketball
Yeah.
player? Oh, wow.
And again, I always wondered because he's about 6'4", legit, maybe 6. He's a tall
guy.
guy. And I always wondered why he was
Putting him
put in
in
with
there
the
with
shorter.
certain guys,
Yeah.
he made them look small. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even with Hogan didn't look that much, bigger.
I wonder what that red dot on the camera is
Look
from.
at this
It's on
yellow
Howard's
piece of
forehead.
notepad paper.
Parchment.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's from the video, the
Oh.
original. Oh, Cyndi Lauper is bullshit.
Well, she's such a physical threat, Dan,
Yeah.
I mean.
Howard, you know what? How about Miley Cyrus as a comparison to Cyndi Lauper? How about that? No?
She's still hot right
Maybe,
now.
Captain,
Miley
maybe.
Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus
Maybe.
is
Miley
like
Cyrus is hot.
desperate.
Oh,
She's
She's
fairly
desperate
popular.
right now.
She's now doing an 80s pop rock phase.
Oh, she had a
But
mullet.
how hot is she right now? Is she the hottest singer?
I thought she was kind of hot.
No. Hot as in fan.
Yeah,
popularity.
I'm saying
Popularity.
the same thing. I thought she was kind of hot
like
as
in
a fit.
2015.
What I want to know, fans, is when should
Never
I
mind
make
then.
the announcement about the 6th featured superstar at Back to the 80s, Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall, downtown Melrose, Massachusetts, in the zip code of Champions 02176. Look at Moolah, baby. Who needs Viagra when you got that on your screen? Holy mother of God. Did she stay a little
Well,
bit?
what did she put in her?
poor Dick Kroll has to bend over and talk to
What
her.
did she put in her?
God only knows, and I don't want to know. Moolah overstayed her welcome by just a couple of decades. I I think Lou is getting excited over there.
Oh,
I don't
man,
know.
I can't hold that.
I think
excitement
someone,
right now.
you know, she walked by a cemetery, 2 guys with shovels chased after her.
She walked by the
That-
animal clinic in
Look at that
Melrose, and they
TV.
were ready to call
Oh
her
my
in to put her
God.
to sleep.
Oh, God. I'm sure the fine folks at Melrose Animal Control would have a field day with Moolah.
Well, you heard about the rat problem we have in Melrose.
Oh, I heard a little bit
Yeah.
before I got on.
It's
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that. I haven't seen that many.
Oh, you'll see them eventually. They might look like
Oh, here
Moolah.
comes Moolah's big spot. She loves
Oh,
to do this.
Yeah.
That's a
The Moolah bump.
It was like when Andre would go into the ropes.
Could you
That was
imagine-
Moolah's spot.
Could you guys imagine a Moolah from this time versus like a Carmella or a Sasha
Oh.
Banks? How awful! that would be.
Honestly, yeah. Imagine one of the top females nowadays working her.
I don't.
Oh, she would
Becky
bite,
Lynch and
scratch.
Moolah.
She would just claw them. She could be
Is
the
that a money match?
dirtiest player in the game.
2021?
Dewdrop and Moolah. I tell you this though, for a woman of her age at this point, she still moved around all right.
I can only imagine her
She
versus
just physically it was ridiculous.
a match versus Bianca Belair would just be her working her cue for about 10 minutes.
She'd work the cue.
Just
yeah.
work the cue for 10 minutes. That'd be it.
And not a single run in her pantyhose. Amazing.
Now let's hope it stays that way. Now I wonder if Mae Young would watch this and feel all warm and fuzzy.
I don't know.
Pat Patterson would.
Someone said make the announcement now for the 6th thing. I think there should be a donation goal if you're going to announce it.
Well, you know what? I think we should I'm bad at this. Can I put in our Facebook group chat or our Facebook group the link to this so they can come and see it and hear it? I hit YouTube. So I need to get the link from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And then copy and paste it in the chat. So you know what? Maybe we should say we're going to do it at the end of Saturday night's main event. On Sunday night's main event. Or Sunday Night Live, I should say. Now the fuck do you do copy on this?
Copy?
Yeah.
Well, you just had it right there.
But I need the whole thing.
the whole link?
Yeah.
Here, you could just do this.
Oh.
Copy.
Wendy Richter, one of the first
Then
to
you
take
go where you want,
fitness
and it should be able
seriously
to
in the
paste it.
business.
So now I need
think
to
I
try
got
and go
it.
into
Avid weight
Facebook.
trainer, absolutely. Great condition. And scores the pin too. Very nice.
Sydney Lauper's
And we
happy.
get another re-edit of the song.
So Cyndi Lauper was banned from ringside, but Dave Wolf got to hang around. How emasculating.
Poor Dave Wolf.
Poor
yeah.
Dave.
He was like Seth Rollins when they gave Becky Lynch the title.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, she was dangerous with those bullets around her waist. Who knows what she's going to do with those?
It's true.
How long did she have the title at this point? Wasn't
Who's this now?
it Wendy Richter? She won.
Just about 6 weeks. What a pain in the ass it is to edit these. I have a friend that works with WWE Network that has to log videos and digitize videos, but when it comes to trying to change the music, it's a real nuisance for him.
He's got to match it up completely with what's going on.
I can't get over the overdubbed music now. Wow.
Junkyard Dog and Cindy's Mother Day party. Oh my God.
Yeah, I told you it was the night before
Oh my
Mother's Day.
How much cocaine was at this party for Dog?
Oh dear God, poor JYD.
You know, I've never seen a wrestler so popular who did so little in the ring as Junkyard Dog.
Or as they called
Yep.
him in later years, Dan, do you recall the nickname they called
the
JYD?
junk food dog.
Indeed,
Well,
yeah.
and not Mid-South Dog, but WWF Dog. Mid-South Dog's a different breed.
Did you
Absolutely.
ever see WCW?
Oh, he's
Junkyard
even
Dog
worse.
in 1990 or so.
Oh God, he looked like someone's stepbrother who stepfather who just was sick of it.
Poor Terry Funk and Harley Race were tasked to work with the dog back then, too. I wonder if that's the real mother
Mrs.
of
Ritter?
Mrs. Ritter, Mrs. Sylvester Ritter.
But he was,
Yeah.
people don't realize how popular how over he was in Mississippi.
Oh,
and
my
Louisiana,
God.
And that area.
He was
He
a
was huge
legend.
here, but he was a household name in
Yeah.
that for the Bill Watts territory.
There's a great story I heard that Mid-South would have these local promoters and they would do specific segments like we're coming to Clinton, Mississippi or whatever. And there was this one racist promoter. He would say, "We're gonna go and meet my friend so and so and eat chicken and watermelon." And his clan friends would call him like, "Why is the dog saying he's hanging out with you?" And every 6 weeks they would go to that town and say, "Yeah, I can't wait to see my good friend so and so and eat chicken and watermelon."
Oh,
Wrestling fans in the ring right now in the green.
is that?
Our good longtime friend, the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty.
Oh yeah,
God.
awesome.
We've had him here in the studio. I don't know if you ever saw that interview, Phil. That was a fun one.
Yes.
The Duke's old stories. I'd love to have the Duke back, but the Duke, unfortunately, is taken ill.
I didn't know
Howard
that.
enjoys another beverage.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Thirsty
about
over
the Duke.
there.
What's
I had the good fortune of meeting the Duke in Providence at the New England Wrestling Hall
Oh,
of
you were
Fame a
down
number
at
of
that?
years ago.
What
Yeah,
a hell of a nice guy.
wonderful
Fun guy.
Yeah,
Jovial guy.
absolutely. I think he was an electrician by trade or something, and
Yep,
wrestled
yep,
part
yep,
time,
yep.
I believe.
He would do the towns that on the weekdays that he could drive to after work.
Yeah. Again, sporting the mullet of the '80s,
So
we
he
love.
he would be
He
an
never
electrician.
lost that mullet.
He would be an
No.
electrician by day and then wrestle a guy like Junkyard Dog at
Yeah,
night.
he had
Wow.
a full-time job during the day. The Duke of Dorchester.
Speaking of sporty hairstyles, we see
Ryan has a comment.
Mel Phillips at ringside.
Well,
Ryan says, "Come
Oh,
on, that's
God.
bullshit. She did not know Moolah was Spider-Man."
I think that's ridiculous. Wendy Richter worked Spider Lady so many times. How could she not have known it wasn't the same woman? My opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I never saw Spider Lady and Moolah in the same room together. You know,
True that. True that.
You know, like Aldo and Just Incredible. I never
Mhm.
saw those two together.
I agree with that. Oh, there.
Oh. That's an ugly individual.
Nice little payday for the Duke. He's not someone you'd expect to be featured on such a major event like this.
I know, nice for him to be on national television.
Yeah, yeah. Probably the biggest match of his career as far as how many people saw him work.
Yeah. I'm not sure from what arena this is emanating, from what city.
I think it's Long Island.
I had a feeling it was New York. 'Cause
Maybe slightly. It's either East Rutherford or Long Island. I think
Yeah.
it's Long Island. Someone that has Google will be able to check for us, I'm sure.
it's a certain referees worked certain states and regions, and that's why I
Exactly.
thought it might have been
Yep.
New York with a few of the refs, with Lotz and Dick Kroll particularly.
You just think, though, with the roster of talent that they had, they could have found someone a little higher up the card than the Duke for the JYD on this
Well,
Mother's Day edition.
They had Salvatore Bellomo right before
Yep.
this. They couldn't put Sal on instead of Pete Doherty.
Well, I'm happy for the Duke. I love the Duke.
Yeah.
I wonder if Moolah had any impure thoughts about the Junkyard Dog's mother.
I don't know. I know I have.
You whoa, whoa,
I'm just working you, people.
whoa.
What would Moolah Mayo
Call it a
think-
fetish? No.
Do you think Moolah Mayo would have thoughts of today's female wrestlers?
Well,
Impure
they're
otherwise?
both dead, so I don't.
Well, if they were all around today.
I'm sure. July.
Yeah.
And-
The Duke is really working. Incredible.
Dog is doing more than I thought he would. Is that sad to say? I thought he wouldn't do as much in the ring as he is.
Well,
now.
he's on NBC.
Right?
You got to remember, this show replaced Saturday Nights Live.
Yeah.
What was the rating for this? Over 11 or 12?
For this one particular episode, I'm not sure, but most of the time it was in that age range. There's Moolah's little crush there. Moolah wanted a little hot chocolate.
Now, who are the people by ringside? You see some individuals. Oh,
I'm going to guess the
The big
athletic
thump, baby.
commission.
That was they had the athletic commission at ringside right there at that time. Wow. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
At MSG, if you watch the old house shows, they didn't have tables, but they were probably 30 people sitting around ringside.
Yeah, and the old TV tapings from Allentown, Pennsylvania, they used to, Joe McHugh would announce them all at the beginning of every show,
Oh,
way
wow.
before even you watched, Dan, I think.
That was way before my time.
Early 80s. Timekeeper at the bell, Mike Mittman. Francis Walker is the executive in charge.
So you said your first event was in 81, right?
Yeah.
End of 81. So for you, it's sort of a lost era.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's after Bruno, but it's before Hogan.
Yeah, it's Backlund time.
You've got Backlund time, so it's a very weird time. And to me, when I think of that era, I think really, you mentioned Patterson, Sergeant Slaughter was around, but I think Snuka is the big star of that whole era to me. And that, that 3-year run there, I think it's Snuka.
I think he was more over than Backlund was.
Yeah, and I think they should have put the title on Snuka, but obviously there was some kibosh on that. I think,
well, the outside of the ring
didn't kill anyone.
Yeah,
so that helped.
Maybe Backlund had a good hunch of what was to come.
The pre-Nancy Argentino.
Yes, the pre-Nancy.
Yeah.
But, I hate to say it, as I shouldn't even tease, but I love Jimmy. Jimmy was a real, and you're going to say, my God, how can you say Jimmy was a good guy? But I really like Jimmy.
I met him in Providence the same time I bumped into the Duke. This is the first time ever. And he came up to me as a stranger and gave me a hug and said, "Hello, brother." Snuka did. And I thought maybe he confused me with someone else at the time, but I went along with it,
You went with
a number of years ago.
How do you not?
How do you not?
How long ago was that before you died? Before?
Oh, yeah. That was a couple years before.
I met
George
Snuka.
Animal Steel was there, too.
That's great.
I met Snuka for the first time in 1993.
Yeah.
And the most clear-headed and lucid I had ever seen him was at the last time I ever saw him in the Jimmy Snuka Appreciation Night we had down the street in March of 2013.
Oh,
the night of the Paul Bearer funeral that I had to miss.
Oh.
So towards the end, he really cleaned up his life as far as the drugs, and I don't know about the drinking. There was no drinking going on at the show, but I was just really impressed. He had a private conversation with Baby Marty about he remembered his first matches, and I was shocked because I had seen Jimmy in some Marty. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And there's some talk about what he could remember and what he couldn't remember towards the end when they brought him back to trial, right, for Snuka?
A lot of diving headbutts.
Howard, we just invited the fans in the event page back to the 80s. Are they joining us wanting to know who the sixth superstar is going to be?
Well, it's not Mrs. Balea. We can tell you that.
I guess Mrs. Balea is no longer with us.
No,
I don't know. I don't think she might be a little old even for Moolah.
This isn't the real Mrs. Balea.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it isn't, it was the same woman that celebrated with him the night he won the title.
Hulk had his parents there. They called Mr. and Mrs. Hogan.
They were there when he won the title, too,
Yeah,
and MSG.
That's what I mean. That's the same woman that was just...
Yeah, it is she. Yep.
And this woman, I know, at least was in the music videos of Cyndi Lauper. I don't know if they're really related or not.
Well, she talks like her and looks like, I have to say. Well, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Richter couldn't make it, I guess.
Right.
Or wasn't invited.
On the ranch in Dallas,
Oh, my
perhaps,
God.
working.
Looks like the Warlord's closet.
Strategic placement for Miss Lillian Ellison right there. What could go wrong?
Well, Moolah did have a daughter. That is correct.
Oh, who was that? Was that
I don't think she ever worked.
Wasn't there a rumor that she had a daughter that worked?
Not that I've ever heard of.
I thought maybe
I've never heard that either, no.
What do you think of this little skit here, Lou?
You've been very quiet. We haven't had you talking about for 10 minutes.
I know. I like Cyndi Lauper here. I mean, I
I'd
like
like
the
to see your hair like that, Lou.
I could dye like that.
I want to see your hair like that and you wear the same outfit Moolah does.
Who's going to wind up in the
Oh,
chair?
no.
I think I look good in that outfit, honestly.
Oh, no. Gene Mean.
Well, Gene and Moolah got a little.
Also, people are having a discussion. They think Bob Backlund is very underrated.
Underrated?
He was good he was great in his day.
He was, he
You know,
really was. Kind of a polarizing figure, I
Hell
think.
of an athlete.
Absolutely. He
Hell of an
inspired
athlete.
Oh
me.
my gosh.
I mean, cardio like you wouldn't believe. But
Yep.
as far as almost like what they talk about now as far as a superstar goes. It's almost like, should they have gone with Billy Graham longer?
Yeah, I think
Based
so.
upon what I've read and what little I've seen,
Yeah.
I think there would have been more money in Billy Graham.
I love the story of Vince Sr. called Eddie Graham and said, I need an All-American guy. And they're like, Steve Kern. And they're like, oh, we're going to go
Well,
Bob Backlund.
I think they made a better choice with that.
Could you imagine
Really?
Steve Kern
I would have rather
is-
seen. Steve Kern was a fabulous one. He had charisma. He could actually entertain people.
to be the world champion for 6 years?
The athleticism
Not 6
and-
years, but I wouldn't want Backlund to be world champion 6 years.
Backlund was a great underdog in many ways. He
Okay.
fought a lot of giants.
Well,
he had a
Steve
great
Kern-
heel cast.
Steve Kern was not chopped liver. That's all. I'm
No,
saying.
I agree
No,
with
not
you.
at all.
No,
Not
I
at all.
agree. I love the Fabulous Ones too.
They're a great team.
And a compelling real life story and everything. His father was a prisoner of war and
Yeah.
very
Is no
amazing.
Andre? No Andre today?
No, Andre didn't make the first one. Well,
And
this
it-
was not the original song. That
No,
ended.
this is not Phil Collins' Take Me Home. Take Me Home.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. But I love this song a great deal. It brings back great memories. As we watch,
Also, Rigby loves Phil. He says, get
he
Phil.
loves Phil.
Yeah,
Yeah?
get Phil
Well,
on here for
I
Is he
think-
talking about guest Phil or a little fellatio?
Oh,
Hey now.
Whoa, wait. Both. You know,
I
you
think
can't
very
have
highly
your
of
cake
Rick
and eat it
B.
too.
He's a good doobie.
No, Rick B is a huge,
Good
huge
dude.
help. He's here. I don't know where Vaughn's been lately. I have a feeling Smokey's going to show up when Marty's in town. And you'd think Christ Savior 888, we're going to ignore this right now because we're not doing the watch along for this. But should we make the official announcement, Howard? How many people are in the room?
36.
That's it? You're not getting the announcement.
Ooh.
There were 60 to watch Just Incredible sign pictures. And there's 38 for all this great entertainment with this round table discussion of 3 people in chairs from 1993 and another one that's sitting in a yard sale pot chair for $3.
It's an ass
We don't
breaker.
deserve better than this.
By the way, the Just Incredible series, I'm looking very much forward to.
Excellent. And you know what? You guys know me. If I think something sucks, I'm not going to put it over at something good. These episodes were primo, excellent. This Wrestling Insiders Extreme series that kicks off September 7th with the first 6 episodes of the New Jack episodes. Then we dive into Just Incredible. Grade A quality stuff. If you're on Patreon, you get early ad-free access amongst other great perks at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. We are not just a fan. We are not just a friend. We are like Phil. You're part of the family. Captain Lou, once we figure out his gender, he may be a member of the family too. We need to know if he's Pocahontas
That name's taken.
or I don't know. He's still pushing AML-creative.com.
Go. I can't
For
get
all
it
the,
up. My hair is too long for me to take off.
Photography,
the hat, but go on the
video,
website.
and web needs in the Northeast. We
Yeah.
got Charlie, who used to be a senior official in some promotion,
Charlie knows his stuff.
and you got me angry.
Wait, but I
I'm not
can't be a
angry.
part
I'm
of
in
the
a good
family if
mood.
you don't know my gender like that.
No, I'm just teasing. I
This is a
shouldn't have said
progressive
that.
show,
in this
right?
day
You're all
and age.
paisans.
You know what, guys? I just want to say one thing. I'm sorry.
Hold on one second. What was that, Howard?
Now, Dominic asks for all of these guys, Dan's friends.
Yes, they are my friends.
Paisans.
The Make-A-Wish kids that he found on the street. Hey, come on in, guys.
We started our celebration for the Special Olympics a little early this year, and I invited them all in. We're going to play wiffle ball as soon as Saturday night's main event's over. Out back on the loading dock. I'm going to run. I'm going to hit with my cane, and someone's going to run to first base for me. All right, wrestling fans, do you want to know who is coming to Melrose? Howard, you got
There
to
he
tell me.
We should
Has
all-
anyone mentioned it?
Only heads of machines since they start, but they're the ones who started asking anyway.
Hezza Machine wants to know.
Hezza Machine's a smart.
Hezza Machine's a regular, if nothing
Yeah.
else.
We should just take, like, Phil and I should just take a guess each with Howard as well. And just, and if we were
Howard
wrong-
wouldn't have a clue on this one.
I'll just
Never mind, Lou.
Dan, if you give us hints, maybe we'll try to guess amongst ourselves.
Someone just Bob.
Okay, let's do charades.
Bob backward.
What's that?
I'm
I'd
doing
love to
charades.
have Bob Backlund. They
I
think
don't
it's
know.
Coco
You know,
Beware.
let's play,
That's
you know
how
what?
I'll do it. Yeah.
Coco Beware.
Since Joey loves his trivia, we'll do trivia.
All right.
I want to see. Well, I know between one of you two will get it.
Yeah, I have no chance.
I'll go.
You know, since you're the special guest, you get to go first. So, how did we do it last week, Lou? I don't remember. What was it? Person, place, or thing?
Yeah, we did
Well,
person-
obviously, it's a person.
Yeah, and then we give them 20 guesses, but that won't work for this format, right? Because we got.
Well,
them
I
two in the
guess it
studio.
could. See if they can get it in 20 guesses.
And you can do 3 each.
Well, no, we'll go back and forth. I'm trying to think of how we start the question processing, though. Should we
But
do
the way it
just
works,
flat out guesses, or should we do like a build up to it?
we can do a build up.
Years, places,
Yeah.
things.
Give me
You
80s
would
wrestlers
build
for
up
$500, Alex.
This all right, it's obviously an 80s wrestling superstar. All right, Phil, come up with some kind of a question to try and figure
Sure,
this out.
sure. We'll narrow it down a little bit. Was he a part of a famous tag team?
No.
Okay.
That's a good
Solo
question.
wrestler. Okay. Single wrestler.
Charlie, your turn.
I have to figure out a hint. Was he a title holder
No.
in the WWF? No.
Now, how do you know it's a he?
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a good
We do
question.
know.
I'm not going to waste it. It is a he, though.
That's a good question.
You get
I
eight.
just-
You get 18 guesses.
because most of the people in that era were he's.
True.
You know, so
We could have brought in Lalani.
could have out of some rock. But has she made any appearances lately? In
No.
the last few years? No.
No.
Ah, she really should.
Yeah, everyone. They're all dying for Lalani Kai
Well,
appearances.
you know, I mean, that her and
Is
Oh, whose turn? It's Phil's
Phil's
turn. I'm
back to Phil.
sorry.
Back to Phil.
he from the Northeast?
No.
Ooh, that's good. Okay.
Was he someone who was gone by the steroid scandal? Which would have been 92.
What year would you consider the steroid scandal?
I would consider all the scandals actually for WWF seem to take place in 92, right? Ring Boy,
Yeah, it
steroids.
was that time frame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was still
93.
around then.
Still around? All right. I have a guess.
Well,
I
it's
don't
not
know-
your turn
Yeah,
yet.
it's not my turn, but I have a guess.
It has to be a yes, no. I can't ask his finisher or anything, can I? That would be too.
How
That'd be too
specific
much.
can we be?
You could. 16 guesses to go, ladies and gentlemen. Will they figure out who is going to join Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake Roberts, Axe and Smash Demolition, and Marty Jannetty Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts? It's the last night to get your discount on those all-inclusive VIP packages and tickets, because hopefully one of these two is going to guess who the sixth featured superstar is.
No
They got
pressure.
16 guesses.
No pressure on them. None at all.
I should ask. Is he American?
Yes.
That's a good.
Okay.
Should I say the name if I know the name? If I feel
If
like
you want to, sure.
I'm gonna guess for 500, Alex. What is Coco B? Who is Coco Beware?
Incorrect.
Okay.
You did the arm thing, so I thought, you know.
Because I did the
Yeah.
little bird thing.
I've been
I'm-
trying
And he's
to use
not from the
$500, right?
Northeast.
I'll say this:
Is-
I did speak to Coco about coming in, but he
Okay.
doesn't want to travel during these times.
Okay. All
That's
right.
fair.
So Phil, it's your. I gave up my.
Sure.
Coco would have been fun, I think.
I think so too.
It's not Freddie Blassie,
Oh,
God rest his
or
soul.
Volkov, or the Fink. I'll take those guesses away.
Mm. And to think they're all gone, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Dan, have I met this person?
You're not allowed to ask, but no. Who have you met? JTG and Just Incredible.
Okay. Yes.
Well,
Did you like
considering
JTG?
neither one of
I
them
love
were
JTG,
from the
yeah.
80s.
Oh, that's true.
Whoa.
JTG's not from the 80s.
Oh, Lou, Santa Maria.
I'm getting there, folks.
Did he have a big run in any other promotion before?
territory even.
Not especially.
Okay.
Really, maybe only known a bit in one
Okay.
other territory
Sure.
prior to WWF.
Sure. Of course, territories were dying off by then
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So
Mm.
think, Howard, think.
13 guesses. No pressure, ladies and gentlemen.
Every time I come up with a name, there's like a hint that he gave us that ruins that name. You know what I mean? There's so.
This is a hard one. I mean, I can tell. I mean,
He
I can
kicked
tell
him in
it's
the
pretty-
ass, literally. Not that we're watching along.
I like when Hogan went to different colors.
Well, like I
besides
said,
his
not
red
that
and
we're
yellow.
watching along, but I don't think he was full-time red and yellow until 86.
Yeah, I like the white and the blue.
He
Blue,
do
at one
blue,
point.
yeah.
That red
Is
and
it
yellow.
your turn right now?
No, it's Phil's.
So
Phil's.
oh, it is.
So it wasn't a tag team. It was a singles.
He was there in the early 90s. Oh, well, no, that's not it either.
Was he a super heavyweight? And by that I mean over 275,
No.
which is so he's under 275. Little Beaver? No, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke.
Who were we going to say?
Little Beaver? Remember?
We'd have to ask Mueller about that.
Also,
Are the fans guessing, Howard?
they're guessing. I'm not going to say them, but none of them are right.
None of them are right. Okay. Do you know who it is?
Yeah, you told me the wrestler term. Like, who was it? 2 years ago? Last time I was here.
Oh, okay.
Whenever that was, Thursday?
I didn't remember telling you.
You told me.
Well, you get the inside information, Howard. You're an assassin. Well, that's good that you know the answers.
How many WrestleManias was he in?
That's it. That's a good question.
Yes, Jake the Snake. Isn't he already?
He already
Yes.
is counted. Yeah.
You're right, Ferdinand. You guessed it. He has a doppelganger he's going to bring with him.
Ferdinand.
Let me think now.
Oh, right on the table. A rather thin ringside table,
Oh my God, those tables were so old. They just didn't.
more like a ringside counter.
Remember, there's 12 guesses left.
Oh, how many manias?
You could ask if. Well, I know the question I'll ask.
I believe 5.
5 manias?
Yes,
Oh wow. So now I'm checking the same. So it was on 5 manias.
with 12 guesses remaining. Please.
What do we know about him again? He was not part of a tag team. He did not win any gold. He's not Coco Beware, and he wasn't a super heavyweight.
Not from the Northeast. He's a heavyweight or a junior heavyweight or
He was less than
cruiserweight or less
270.
than
He was under
275.
275. He's
Um,
American.
He's American. Yeah.
Isn't this fun, folks? The drama. You know, we need some like dramatic background music. Like, what was the
It's-
name of that game show that?
Jeopardy. No.
Not Jeopardy. The one that.
Millionaire? Who was
The
he?
one they throw the Anne. The woman's name was Anne, and she tossed them all.
Oh yes.
What was that called?
Nasty looking backbreaker.
I know. She had the dress with the collar. She had a long
Yeah.
dress and
She
the
was a
short
cold-
hair. Short
cold
hair.
woman, yeah, with
Very,
glasses.
very,
What
very
was the name?
austere.
And she
and-
was rude when she'd tell them to get off the stage.
Yeah. Like you're eliminated
could
or you're
probably help
wrong.
us with
I
that,
know who you're
too.
talking about too.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
Zero idea.
But back to our guests for the 6th guest, joining these 5 legends that we already have lined up.
Whose guess is it? Mine or Howard's?
It's
Howard doesn't get any. He already knows.
Yeah,
Oh, all right. I mean,
Charlie.
Charlie. I meant
said,
Charlie. I'm
I asked how
sorry.
many WrestleManias has he been on, and he said 5.
5,
So he
that's
goes,
Oh,
right.
so it's your turn. Okay.
Golly. Wow. Does he know Annie? No, that's not it.
I wouldn't know the answer to that. one.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I have never heard of it happening. But that one does not count.
And a non-title holder, so I can't say Tito Santana. Is he a man of color?
Yes.
That's good. Okay.
Oh.
He was a professional wrestler, not a manager.
No.
No, he was not a pro wrestler.
Correct.
Oh.
I think I know.
Oh, wait a
Ooh, here's-
minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
All
Oh,
right.
Hey. Ah. Whoa.
Does this work
Howard's
okay?
going
Yeah,
nuts.
that's fine. We'll just play this.
What do you do?
Oh, Howard's going to
Yeah,
check
and
the
then come a
audio.
little
He's so
closer.
excited.
Yeah, just go wide.
10 down, 10 to
Oh,
go.
appropriate. I know. I think I know.
What do we got, Phil? Who is it?
If I'm going to guess, is it the Doctor of Style, Slick?
You are
Not
correct.
Woo! All right, we love Slick.
We needed to bring a manager
Oh,
too
yeah.
back to the 80s WrestleFest.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, there is a very limited amount of managers still alive from the
I
80s.
know.
Sadly to say. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, was someone we spoke with, but he has an endeavor with the Hulkster. So the Doctor of Style,
Yeah.
Slick,
Oh, wow.
will join Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake Roberts, Axe and Smash Demolition, and Marty Jannetty. Will he sing Jive Soul, bro?
I hope so.
What a great song that is.
It is.
Yeah.
We're going to have to play, Paul. I'm getting texts.
I think you'll
Maybe Marty's excited about
I
Slick.
think you'd like Jive Soul, bro. If
Yeah,
you
he
like
was a
Doja
Central
Cat.
States guy,
Oh, really?
too. He wrestled in the Central State, or he worked in the Central States promotion,
Oh, I
I
didn't
believe.
know that.
And Marty was there, too.
And
How are
his,
the two related,
his father
Charlie?
was
Doja Cat and this
Rufus
person.
R. Jones.
Of course,
The wrestler
yes.
that Tony claims masturbated over him in a hotel. I don't know if we should believe Tony.
Who is this?
Rufus R. Jones.
Oh, God. Why was Rufus R. Jones doing that over Tony?
Well, they shared the hotel room.
And I guess they shared some other things as well.
Tony said he was quite surprised when he woke up.
What?
I guess I would be too if someone was standing over me doing that. That's never happened to me in a hotel or anywhere else that I can
Well,
think of.
To be fair, Tony's had a lot of people stand over him and on him.
On him more than anything, yeah. But I don't know if they've done that to him.
Oh, my God.
But
What-
Rufus R. was ready to vietolate Tony.
What kind of dialogue follows an event like that, Dan? What,
Time for breakfast.
Maybe he turned over. I don't know. He turned in the other direction. I have no idea. What is the reaction to the Doctor of Style, Slick, Howard?
They say it's awesome.
Wonderful.
Also, Ferdinand says Phil should join the next watch along.
Well, we're going
I
to be
may.
here every week live through when, Lou?
Through October,
I think 10th,
10th.
at
Yeah.
the very least,
Correct.
plus our regular watch along. So,
If invited, I'd be honored.
Phil, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're part of the family, brother.
Azan. Thank
All
you.
right, wrestling fans, we've hit
That's
10
great
o'clock.
news.
I didn't even realize that.
Wow.
Wrestling Insiders, Stern but Fair is premiering as we speak, where Tiger Mulligan and I discuss the latest and greatest in the world of professional wrestling. The first former Boston Wrestling MWF heavyweight champion, now on the board of directors. Howard, could you work the magic in the other room and cut us? I'm not talking about like what Vicente Ray Wasco needs. He needs something else cut, but
Oh,
that's
my.
his own personal Mr. Socko. The wrestling fans, we had a lot of fun. We will be back next Sunday night, and we were still trying to figure out, before you cut, Howard, did you cut yet? We're going to continue to poll all week. I think we had it narrowed down to Royal Rumble 90, SummerSlam 90, and Heatwave
Wave
98.
98. Yep.
Oh. I don't know how Heatwave 98 entered the equation, but it's one of the three choices. So Royal Rumble 90, SummerSlam 90, Heatwave 98. I'm going to be polling you guys all week. And then the night before Labor Day, we'll be putting the labor in, baby. We'll be LIVE. I don't know how many of this super team will be here, like with the pre and post game analysts on the Fox NFL games. But
Do you have a favorite out of those three, Dan? Or are you very? Because I personally would say SummerSlam 90 because I'm a Rude guy. I love Rude, and he
Great,
does
great card,
job.
great
I
show.
love that match. with
I
Warrior.
do
Heatwave,
have to
great
say,
too. All good.
I think Heatwave 98 was one of the best shows in
That
ECW
was a good
history.
one too.
Yeah.
That was a great one too.
Either way,
Not
you
to
can't
take
lose.
anything away from Royal Rumble 90, but
No, which is wonderful.
who the hell? Oh, that's the gentleman.
Jerry Valiant.
Wow, does he look old?
Guy
I didn't even know who
Mitchell.
it was for a second.
He
looked so
slimmed
old.
down a lot and didn't do the bleach thing.
Well, we're definitely going to have to do this in a future watch along. So fans, let us know what you think. Again, we're going to be wrapping up. Howard's still waiting for the cue. Royal Rumble 90, SummerSlam 90, or ECW Heatwave 98. We're going to be watching one of them next week, 7 p.m. live, MWF Studios, Boston Wrestling. We're going to be having fun. Hopefully, Joey, Christ Savior 888 will be with us. Hopefully, Christ has saved him. Along with everybody else in the world. He had a short stint, Larry Keane. And
Yeah.
tonight is the last night. When I get back to Old Evil Maradi Hill, the ticket discount is coming down. It's going to go to the regular pricing. So if you want to save some money, head on over to bostonwrestling.com right now. Get you back to the 80s tickets again. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake Roberts, Axe and Smash Demolition, Marty Jannetty, and the 6th of 8 featured superstars.
The Doctor of Style.
And there's still 2 left.
And there's still 2 left. And
Oh,
I don't
gosh.
know if you saw the VIP challenge this week, but John Cena Sr. and I put out a challenge. If the VIPs sell out in advance within, before a day or 2 before the event, we're going to do something extremely special with the 8th featured guest. So if you guys help us, we'll give you the love back. So for our special guest, Patreon's #1, Phil D, because I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name.
Nobody does.
For Captain Lou, whose gender we're still trying to figure out.
Lou.
At aml-creative.com, maybe you can send him an email and ask.
You're a good lad.
For former senior official Charles Wilson, everyone's favorite
Charlie.
bonuses, I'm Dan Marati. We'll see you November 13th live when we go back to the 80s for WrestleFest, celebrating 2 decades of this great organization. Memorial Hall, Melrose, Massachusetts. Again, last chance for the discount. BostonWrestling.com. Act now.
I'm running home. Classic. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Was this